Oh, damn, it's me. It's me. It's me. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fantasy ChampMan Season 3, Game Week 17 live stream. Me and Martin were just deliberating. We didn't know who was going to be sat on the left, and whoever was on the left was doing the intro tonight. And unfortunately, I've been put in the dead seat, should we call it? So Martin's relieved already. Green arrow for Martin, guaranteed. Not so for me. Looking forward to this, mate.
Yes, I am. Hang on. I've got an echo. Hang on.
More amateur than what we were in game week 1 now, aren't we? With this. Let him sort his echo out. I'll carry on talking while he sorts his echo out. Oh, he's gone on mute now. What a professional outfit we are. We've lost him. What's he doing? We'll have a quick talk about, obviously, the main talking points for this week were going to be Arsenal and Middlesbrough. They were the two teams where I think it was suggested there would be rep. It does seem like both teams have repped a bit, but neither team has gone full rep, I don't think. So, obviously, the main talking point, anyone that went Thierry Henry on a free hit or something and risked it has been rewarded. He's playing. We'll go through all the lineups in a second, but I think that's probably the big news, that Henry is playing. I think there's going to be a few annoyed people with borrow assets. Anyone with treble ups probably does include Gronkia as a minimum. He's not playing. Myself, I have Honcho, who's not playing. No Jeff Pitcher either. I know he's quite popular. We can have a chat in a minute, me and Martin, when he's got his sound sorted, about whether Jeff Pitcher is completely dead asset now or whether this is just a one-off. But the fact Petkoff's back, I think, has impacted Pitcher a little bit. And we've still got Johnson to come back next week or maybe the week after. There's a bit of a sound there, Martin. Did you come back? He's looking at his earphones now. Maybe it's the earphones that have he's looking serious. I'll start the teams without him while he sorts it all out. You there?
Yes, yeah, I've got it. Right. Cool.
Really panicking like lions for a minute. Then I thought I was going to do 3 hours by myself.
No, I was just typing away to captain, like, help me. What's going on? I've got it. We've got it. I've just got you once now, which is more than enough.
Yeah, definitely more than enough. I think my wife said before she's lucky I haven't got a twin. So well, should we go through the teams?
Yeah, right. Arsenal, Norwich. Who gambled on Henry then? Turned out well.
Yeah, so we suggested, didn't we, that they might Clark might be a bit of a decoy. They played Tavlaridis last week. Would it be just another sort of general rotation at centre back? And it does look that way. Perez isn't playing either, but I think that's the only two, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite tame, isn't it, compared to what it could have been from the league? But say if you've gone with Henry or kept hold of any of the other big players that are starting, then I think good for you really. It's probably worth a gamble, wouldn't it, really, against Norwich, as long as you had a good bench. But
it's a strange Arsenal team, actually. The wingers have got no up arrows despite being a home to a low rep team, which obviously isn't ideal if you've got Tikhonov or Pennant. And the bench they've named 3 centre backs on the bench, as you do when you're at home to Norwich. So Jeff is on there, a load of nobody's defenders. Anyone that punted on Parler, I think he's guaranteed 90 minutes now. No midfielder on the bench.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get substitute. I think there's a few people debating him as a cheaper sort of squad player on a free hit or something. Not a bad option, especially at the moment with Van Bronckhorst and who's the other one who's injured in centre mid. There's 2 of them. The other Arsenal centre mid is Lars Lundberg.
Yeah.
Those 2 are out for a bit, so maybe that boosts Parler's chances. I don't know what Arsenal's immediate fixtures aren't amazing, but not bad. And so, Sol Campbell, I don't know, he's obviously upset someone, hasn't he? That's 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, that one. But we got Eansbury kid in the chat. Let's go, Captain Henry. So well played going against the double with Henry with that leak. It's very brave, but could be killer, couldn't it?
Yeah, he's probably the best. I think we'd probably agree the best single game week captain on paper this week.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously Norwich then, I don't know, we've got one of the Gibb brothers. I've had a good Bee Gees pun, I would have dropped it in then, but we've got Mr. Gibb. So I don't know if we've had him before, Mr. Gibb, on the right midfield.
No, I'm desperately trying to think of a Gibb. Someone in the chat will give us a Bee Gees pun for Gibb, how we'll get on.
But, so about staying alive, right? It'll be. But...
yeah, that's the best I could think of. But
so no, I'm guessing no one's playing Norwich assets this week. Quite nice to see Marchant first choice striker though. Zima Abbey's on the bench. He's an interesting one for next week. Norwich are at home to Watford. Obviously, Nolan's now been taken out of our options by being injured for a month. So if you want a Norwich piece of that, he's 5.5. He's up front. Feels like most weeks now, doesn't it? He can play right wing back and stuff sometimes, but his majority have been up front for him last sort of 5-6 weeks now.
Yeah.
So
I'd say 5.5 for a Norwich player maybe feels a bit pricey, but he's obviously been priced like that for a reason. So it could be interesting.
He's top of my possible transfers in. Obviously, at the moment, we don't know who's going to get injured tonight, leaks, etc. But he's definitely up there as possible option next week. On to Blackburn, another sort of, I think the 3-4-1-2 was one of the expected formations we was going to get from Blackburn tonight. A few people were debating over which defenders to get, and Weatherall v Curtis seemed the main 50-50 call on that. I'm quite glad I went Weatherall because he's playing and Curtis isn't. So anyone that went Curtis has been let down. Taylor again, no 4 million defender. I think Martin Taylor, he seems to have played the majority lately.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward to gauge because they've been playing 7-2-1 so much and they've played Berg and Curtis in midfield for some of those games. So you weren't quite sure where he stood in the pecking order, Taylor. But they've got a decent run coming up, Blackburn, and he's 4 million. So another one to maybe punt on there. So it's Taylor, Weatherall, Soma. We already knew about the goalkeeper playing. Ahead of that, I don't know if there's any real big changes. Seeing Solano in central midfield's a bit odd. And me and you have both got Janssen. Would have preferred him up front, I think, but we'll have to settle for AMC with no up arrow, which maybe isn't ideal, but...
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And then on to Villa. This is becoming a bit more settled now as their first choice team. There's a little bit of rotation, especially in defence, wasn't there, to start the season, but this looks... probably is their best team and has been their settled team now for a few weeks, so... probably not really any talking points in the Villa team, I don't think. Expectations aren't that high for them tonight. No. Everton, we'll go on to them next. Expected team again, probably?
Yeah, I think so. Probably there's a lot of people on Titov, so perhaps a little bit disappointing that he hasn't got his up arrow today. But he's still a decent pick, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have put people off captaining him in the double, especially if he didn't have Christie. Obviously, if he had both, Christie would have been probably better. But for anyone that didn't have Christie and was unsure about Ricard and people like that, maybe they would have gone Titoff. I could see that as a captain this week. Wing backs with the larger up arrows for them, unlike some other teams. If you've got Naismith or McAteer, probably more Naismith because McAteer is banned, I think, for next week for the second game of the double. So anyone that went Naismith on free hit. On me, has got full up arrow. On to Leeds. A little bit of a surprise with this team. More. It's the home team, isn't it? Well, maybe we didn't expect the home team.
Yeah. So we've got the big up arrows. We've got Singh obviously playing in that situation. Bowye's been picked over Kuehl again, so that seems like a definite sort of thing now, doesn't it? Like Bowyer seems relatively safe pick, doesn't he? As the weeks go by, but yeah, like you say, it's almost like it's a Leeds home game, isn't it? So that's quite interesting. Hopefully, lots of people on Christie captain and got Titov and things like that. Hopefully, it means it'll be an open game with lots of goals.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I thought Everton were like rep 15 or something. I don't know what they are, but I assumed their rep would be high enough that would mean Everton would play the more defensive away formation with the no up arrow. I expected to see, if I'm being honest, I expected to see Imar AMC today, no Keane, and Kuehl and Bowyer. But obviously, I don't know if it's the rep or another reason, but they've gone with what looks like first choice. After that, so Ipswich, you said you like these tonight. You think this is their... I say, shame, no, that you haven't got the full up arrows from the wing backs, but aside from that, Ipswich and Tottenham.
Yeah, I think this is if I had any Ipswich assets, I don't know how popular they are, but this is the team I want to see pretty much. I think like you said before we came on, you could maybe argue Breen over Prutton, but in terms of the front two and the midfield three, I think that's their strongest team. Redknapp tends to do well when he's fit and in that position, so wouldn't be surprised if Redknapp does well. And then Holland and Fotheringham next to him. I think that's their best team. So I think it'd be a hard one for Tottenham today.
I worry about their goals a bit here, Ipswich. To say the strikers are running away towards the touchline as they sometimes do. The wing backs are only doing short runs, and none of the midfielders have got an up arrow. So I don't know how that's going to work in terms of them actually getting people in the box. But so maybe there's a chance of a Tottenham clean sheet for all the Serrani owners tonight.
Yeah, except Tota's in goal again. So but that's interesting, isn't it? An away game. I mean, have we got a 4 million starting keeper for people that have still got their second wild card? It's an interesting one, isn't it? But
Arsenal and Tottenham both throwing in the randoms at midway through the season. Tottenham in goal and Arsenal messing around at centre back. You wouldn't think you think the managers might pick a settled team, wouldn't you? At this point, considering their jobs are under threat.
Yeah,
going a bit rogue. The other thing for Tottenham, a few other changes. I think that Ledley King. I think this is 2 in a row for him now over Richards. I'm not sure that I might be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure he might have started last week as well, Ledley King. So I don't know if there's anything to gauge from that with him now. He played quite a little bit last year, didn't he, as well? But is he coming into the team a bit?
Played the odd game, and you got Etherington on the wing again. Again, he sort of comes in and out of the team, doesn't he? In theory, Tottenham's potentially full of value now, isn't it? But if that was their team every week, there would be some real value there on wildcard. But I don't know if you can really trust it. But
we've got a regen on the right as well, Barber. I don't know. Anderton's injured for how long? I can't remember. Obviously, he's not nailed still. They could play Simon Davis right midfield. I think Quinton Fortune's played some games on the right. He's a bit like Nedved. I think he's a left really, but has sometimes been used on the right when desperate. So Barber's still probably a bit of a risk, but he's playing tonight on the right. Captain reliably informed us before we came on that his physical attributes, I think, are very good, but other than that, he's quite shit. So we'll see how good he is. I don't remember seeing any of his attributes. On to Man United, not much to say here. First choice, Nedved is playing right midfield because Chadwick's banned. I think other than that, first choice, small up arrows, no up arrows for Veron.
Yeah. And then Chelsea, Nicky Butt gets a start, and it is for Lampard. So I guess you probably read into that Petit is safer than Lampard going forward. But yeah.
Good lad in goal. Reece Evans was suggested as maybe, I think attribute-wise, he's better, Reece Evans, but obviously in terms of player rep, good lad's a bit better. So I don't know if he's an interesting one moving forward as an alternative to Kirkland at 5 million. Is he going to be permanent number one for the rest of the season? Abby's playing tonight. Good lad. Probably good news for Van Nistelrooy, captain is.
Yes.
He's shooting against him. And the other one for them is Tom Christensen playing left midfield. I think he's a midfielder, right, left, not an attacking midfielder. I think he's just a straight midfielder, right, left centre from memory, Christensen. But the conveniently just sold Gronk here as Enden's got himself. Is he injured or banned? I can't remember, but he's out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out. Yeah. So
Christensen on the left. Next game is Newcastle. I think Ronnerid's in the chat saying he's captain Shearer.
Okay, well, yeah, it's a big shout, but yeah, if you are going to go against the double, then it's him and Henry are the standouts definitely. So yeah, I quite like that.
Big news, no Bernard even on the bench. So I think we kind of knew Ball and Johnson was the new sort of left-sided partnership. Ball at left back, Johnson left midfield, but they've named it Robbie Elliott on the bench. So I don't know if that makes him more likely to play now down the left in one of the two positions than Bernard. Bernard might be like fourth choice for a left position in one of the two left positions now. I think this officially confirms him as being dead. I would say as an asset now. Washed,
as the kids say.
Washed. You're younger than me, Martin. I think just about. I don't know. You might not. We're about the same age. You're more done. My wife's a teacher, but you're more down with the kids. I'll take it. I don't think there's any other change with them. Watson's out. I think he's normally first choice right back. So a little bit of a shake up there, but no sort of new names. And then they're at home to Coventry. A few new signings creeping into this defence, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we had under the radar a bit.
Yeah, it is a bit. We had the likes of Williams started on fire, didn't they, at the start of the season? Like still towards the top of the defender points, I think. But yeah, it's like nowhere to be seen now. So yeah, like you say, new signings creeping in a bit under the radar because it's Coventry.
Is Maida the guy that signed for someone in season 2? Was he in the Prem with someone was he at Derby or something?
I don't recall him, to be fair.
I think he's the guy that starts maybe at Wolves and ended up at Derby. But yeah, they've signed him. A little bit of shuffling ahead of that. Joachim's playing right midfield again. That doesn't always happen. Few substitutes I've never heard of. I don't know Lee Powell or John Fitzgerald. Lee Powell's got himself squad number 11, so I don't know that means he's any good. But
yeah,
really shit bench for Coventry. Seeley is on the bench, so maybe that means he's going to play next week over Bray when Headman's banned. So something to bear in mind with that. Who have we got left to do?
Middlesbrough. We haven't done Middlesbrough yet.
So, Middlesbrough. Yeah. What are we thinking?
Well, I'll big you up so you don't have to do it yourself. You did make it very clear on our pod this week that you didn't think that Gronkiar would play this game. So anybody that listened to that and benefited from it, very good. You got it bang on. And then, and we both felt quite strongly that Rickard would play. I mean, obviously looking at the team now, I mean, there's sort of almost like there's no real repertoire, is there? It's just Nemeth in. But and otherwise,
it's Gronkiar out for midfielder.
Yeah,
a striker and Honcho's not playing, who I've got, which is quite annoying.
Right? Yeah, so it's very, very light, but yeah, we sort of said, didn't we, that even if it was reasonably severe rep, that we fancied Rickard to survive. So we've both bought Rickard in, I think, this week. And then you got it bang on with Gronkiar as well. So so well done on that.
I'm more pleased with the Arsenal shout personally, because I think that was the more scarier rep game. That I didn't think they was going to rep too much, but yeah, it's fair play 21. Say anyone on wild card, on free hit. Obviously, it was tempting to try and get 3 Borough. I'm hoping that you didn't go Gronkiar and Honcho as 2 of your 3, because that's going to be very annoying on a free hit if you've wasted one for the 2 non-starters. Effectively, they're the only 2 really that have missed that you would expected to play, I think, tonight. And onto Man City. That looks like abrupt. Where's the main right? Is he out? Oh no, he's playing on the right midfield. There's Svensson up front again.
Yeah, and Huckabee on the bench as well, which is quite interesting. So Huckabee's perfectly available, but still we've got Svensson up front. Perhaps we can expect to see that going forward. But
this year's Ronald de Boer, is he?
Could be.
Hope not, because he could be last year having no Ronald de Boer. I don't want to get stung again by something similar. But yeah, is that 3 in a row now up front for him? I think
so. Yeah.
And then Watford, annoying everyone. I mentioned at the start, no picture. I think we kind of already know Petkoff and Vanatza are fairly nailed, and which one of the 4.5s plays with them is trickier to call. They've got a few options. Pitcher's played a lot of them, but it's
Swannell in tonight, yeah, and as you say, Johnson is back next week as well, so it's probably not great news for Pitcher. I guess it's a little
bit, I think, because Petkoff got injured. I think it's made him look a bit more nailed than maybe what he is, Pitcher, because they've had 2 vacant spots with Vanatza, haven't they? Effectively,
yeah. So I'd be definitely wary of Pitcher now if I was on wild card in the next few weeks, or if you've got a luxury transfer to make, then I think I'd be probably getting rid of him now for something a bit more reliable.
But it's a tough run at the minute. If you're carrying Pitcher and Nolan and some Chelsea, you're putting yourself in a bit of an awkward spot, aren't you? You're going to be forced into playing your Chelsea potentially more than you want to. So tricky. I don't know if this is Joe Tessam's first game back. He's playing tonight, right wing back. They've had that Thomas Neal play in the majority because Tessam's been out, but I don't recall seeing him back yet. So this might be, someone can put in the chat if he was back last week. I don't remember seeing him. So we'll see if Watford get better or worse with him at right wing back. And then on to Bolton. First, same. Is it the same team as last week?
Yeah, so Snorrison, Wallace also washed, it seems like.
He's been maybe on the bench, is he? They've got Hansen and Ricketts on there.
Yeah, so Snorrison in for a start again. But otherwise, that's their team, isn't it? Carrick's still unavailable. But
bad news for us. We've both got Gardner, I think. Only a small up arrow, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Watford. It'd be nice to have the full length one.
It would, but I still think, any Watford game, it could be. Hopefully we'll get a good game from Watford. I think you're unlucky if you don't, but
then last 2 games, Bradford home to Liverpool. No one cares about Bradford, but that looks like first choice, I think. Oh, they've got Leonardson out, haven't they? So they played Blake on the right of midfield. They could have played Tyson on the right and Blake up front, but they've gone Ward up front. Then on to Liverpool. Bit of rotation at fullback, maybe.
Yeah, I started looking at that team from sort of front to back, and I thought this is Liverpool's, similar to Ipswich. Thought this is Liverpool's best team, and then I saw the left back and right back, and I thought, oh, maybe it's not. But still, I've seen Michael Owen in a few free hits, and even people just bringing him in for this week, and I really like that shout. See, Liverpool looked good on our preview, didn't they? And so, yeah, it's one of those punts where I really hope it works out for people because he's not the most popular pick, but I like him for this week.
I think it's one of those theories that I think I mentioned it a bit in season 2 about strikers with like pacey attributes rather than physical ones. And if Bradford are going to come on to Liverpool a bit, based on how real football works, that should give him a bit more space like in behind and things. If they're not trying to break down a deep block defence, are they? So maybe he's got more chance to score. We'll see. Nothing else really of note there. I don't think with Liverpool Partridge is playing if people have got him. And then my underdogs for the night, Leicester. I kind of said in a couple of people today that if I was on free hit, I would consider Scowcroft and Benjamin on a free hit. I would punt both of them. I think they could score 3 or 4 tonight, Leicester.
Yeah.
I don't know how many free hit teams even went with one of them, let alone both. But if you're going to punt on a free hit, you want to punt the team that got the chance to score sort of 4 or 5. And our sim data your sim data was good for Leicester, wasn't it? 4+ goals on like 5 games, I think.
Yeah, it often is good for them in a home game, and they've quietly been doing well in their home games, haven't they? So don't see any reason for it to particularly change with Sunderland coming to town because it's kind of notoriously not that great away. So yeah, I'm with you. I fancy Leicester tonight as well.
Neither really changed anywhere else. Taggart's on the bench. Heath plays. Don't think anyone really cares about that. And then on to Sunderland. Still missing Jacob Lawson at right back. So Dobson's playing again. Other than that, their first choice. Just seen Julio Arca captain. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. Not that makes any difference to anything, but just an observation. Yeah, cool. I think that's all the teams. I don't think we've missed anything in all of that. For people asking in the chat, it's the Middlesbrough Everton game. Obviously, the second of the double for those 2 teams isn't taking place tonight. That's going to be run live tomorrow evening. In the past, they've been run on the lunchtime. But I think to try and get a bit more interaction and to try and make more people available to follow, whether it's on Discord, whether it's on... someone might set up a Twitter Spaces, for example, or a Discord, or just generally interact with the tweets. They're going to do it tomorrow night instead of the afternoon. So our captain's just put in the chat, to be fair, it's kickoff 8:30 tomorrow night with the teams out at 7:30. So I'm sure everyone's got at least a piece of that. I'd expect anyone that's got Gronkia and Honcho, I'd expect them to return for that game. So you still get an appearance from them in the double, just not both. I think it should be first choice Borough, shouldn't it, tomorrow?
Yeah, in an away game, you would assume so, wouldn't you? Yeah, no reason why it shouldn't be.
Just whether who plays up front with Ricard, because I think that's still not really known. They could go back to the Selakovic as the drop forward. They could put Whelan back in, couldn't they? Nemeth may even play again. We don't know. But that's the only spot that's kind of up in the air, I would think, for tomorrow. Billy Hadaway's in the chat saying Dobson's going to score the first goal tonight, 6th minute. That's I've seen some optimistic shouts in the chat over the weeks for first goal scorer. That's right up there, I think. Fair play.
David H is not far behind him with John Curtis.
Off the bench.
That would be some effort. Or it would be a shit night if he is the first goal scorer, wouldn't it?
Well, a very early injury to Weatherall, which probably wouldn't be ideal when he comes on straight for him and scores first touch. Yeah, it could be that. Pete Carter's on Cole Court. Jack Roberts, teet off.
Heskey 5 minutes, yeah, like that. FPL Glasgow 13 minutes.
John Shanley, I like that shout. Pedersen, goal, Gardner assist. I've got both of those, so that would be nice. I'm going Scowcroft. I've got to stick to the Leicester shout. I think I'll go Scowcroft first.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go Henry. I think it's an Henry kind of night.
See if he can do it against the back nine of Norwich.
Yeah.
DK needs a Dyer return. Wow, someone holding. I haven't seen too many teams with Kieran Dyer in. Is
no
one of the numerous underachievers in our sim. Doesn't get the obviously the criticism that the likes of Henry get.
No, but he's either very patient and has had him like since the start, or has thought, well, fuck it, it's Coventry at home, let's have a go. But so yeah, interesting.
Love that Adam English. Needs some Edie magic tonight. Big fan. Yeah, all on board the Leicester. I don't think he got an up arrow, which is a shame. But anyone that's punted a Leicester player this week, whether it's on free hit or just in a normal team, I genuinely hope you do well, because I think it's a brave punt, but one with good upside. So yeah, I'm hopeful for those guys.
Eric Onstap, Perez captain. Okay, well, who's your emergency though, Eric? Because he's not even in the squad, is he? So you're going to get your emergency as captain for sure.
Let's hope it's not Gronkia.
Yeah.
Everyone's singing the Billy Hadaway song in the chat. Tradition.
Yeah, you got to. Takes it in good spirits, does Billy, which is good.
1 minute till kickoff. I don't know if anyone else has got anything else in the chat. Hopefully everyone's got 11 up. There might be some that haven't. If you've got Pitcher and you went in with a few Borough that haven't made it, it's possible you might not have 11 out tonight, I think, but we'll see.
Veron emergency captain. Well, that's all right, isn't it? Home to Chelsea.
With a shit keeper. Yeah, you take that.
Yeah.
Come on, captain. Set him off a minute early, mate. Stickler for the rules, old captain. It has to be 8:30 on the dot. He's one of those. You see it with the referees sometimes. Here we go.
It's tricky.
You listen to us. You listen to us.
You see it 29, you're like, oh, I won't say anything because we're about to kick off. And then it's like, oh, wow, March in the book. Well, go on, boy. He's key.
Sign an autograph. And the ref meant to make sure, like, don't they do the ref? They point at everyone, don't they? Make sure all 11 cancel the players up. He's not seen marching, counting autograph. Poor effort from that ref. That's got to be Uriah Rennie ref in that game.
Here comes Heskey. We had a Heskey first goal shout. Couldn't keep it down. Where'd the ball go, though?
Leeds going for it. Interesting. Away to Everton. Well, we kind of knew that from the team selection, I suppose, but they are attacking tonight, Leeds.
Larson with a shot, just wide.
I'm guessing he's still quite well owned from the carryover from last week.
Yeah.
So I could do with him having a quite. He's probably one of the higher owned players that I haven't got that could do some damage to my rank tonight if he. What am I hoping for? No Tarico clean sheet. That's not good for me if he keeps another clean sheet.
God, that was a killer for me last week. I was taking him out on wildcard. I had Tarico and Bramble in my pre-wildcard team.
I thought One Chop was going to be following in there. I was getting a bit. Have you not got One Chop now?
No, so that was my player out for Rickard.
Based on your luck from last week, then that's a good news for me because I've still got him. Our teams are up on the screen. We can have a quick talk through them. Oh, you played Atherton. Fair play. You got the starting Borough defender. I got the one who went AWOL.
Yeah. I started him ahead of. I was debating between him and Kelly because I thought, well, if they get one game each, then Kelly will be better. But I thought I got to go for it.
I've got Desai coming in for Pitcher. Not ideal with your first subs playing at Old Trafford. But is what it is. Took a -8 this week, and I'm still going to have to play Desai at Old Trafford.
He'll get 4 points tonight.
John Shanley's asked if Man City were attacking away. I didn't see that flash through as one of the comms about Man City.
No, I missed that as well. They don't. They're not, as a rule, they don't tend to be. But maybe their reps creeping up. Maybe they are.
Eric's got 10 players: Pitcher, Nolan, and Wright. Not sure what Wright that is. Jermaine Wright's playing and Stephen Wright's playing. Is there another Wright?
No.
If it's a Wright, he may get him on. Andrew, Real Deal, was saying is Henry scored. Yeah, we had a bit of banter in the Discord earlier about Henry. I don't know if he actually got him in or not. I meant they are attacking, says Captain. Interesting.
Okay, so
get some confidence from their league position, are they?
Yeah, that's got to be increased rep from them because they don't typically. So yeah, we need a rep update, Captain Panda. Get it tweeted out.
Yeah, one number up in the rep can make quite a big difference, can't it, to various things. Is emergency captain Veron taking free kicks? Nice. Ara Travo transferred in Gronkia for a -4. I think you still get a second game out of him, but realistically, most likely to be a 2-pointer. I think that second game for Gronkia away to. He's going to be up against the wing back though. So winger against wing back, he might have a little bit more upside because of that. But we're clutching at straws a little bit, I think. I don't think Borough will probably realistically score more than one in that game.
No, you wouldn't think so. Here come Arsenal for the first time.
Oh, look who it is.
Henry.
You could have been the first ever live streamer to have called the first goal scorer. I don't think we've got anywhere close. Most weeks we predicted first scorer doesn't score at all. To get it in the first scorer.
Oh, another save from Marshall from Henry. Has
Darren
woken up?
He ain't gonna live that down, is he?
Just about. He's not. No. It's now a picture of Darren asleep is now the group icon in one of our chats, isn't it? So.
That's good. He takes it well, doesn't he? Good sport for stuff like that. A goal.
Oh, there you go. Kieran Dyer. We had someone in the chat needed a Dyer return. There you go. You got it.
I had him for the first 4 game weeks. I think I got about 6 points off him.
Carl Court assists. So yeah.
And Headman clean sheet wipeout for those that thought they might
lovely.
One more week. So
here comes Janssen. Into Crouch. Horribly wide.
James Alapron, obviously of season 1, building the game. I think he was debating in the Discord to get Crouch in. I don't know if he actually went through with it or not. As but he was talking about him as a differential. If people were talking about Blackburn having these 3 good home games, Janssen was the one more widely spoken about, wasn't he? But yeah, I saw him talking about Crouch as maybe a striker option. Don't mind that, to be honest.
Yes. So with those home games, I'm sure he'll have his moments in the season. So if he is going to, then this run of games is a perfectly good run of games for him.
It's DK in the chat. He's Dyer punt.
Yeah, well played.
Well played. Good home game against a fairly poor team. Roll the dice, don't you? Play with good attributes.
Oh, Arthur McCain apparently on the slide this week. Dyer was your top pick.
Oh, I've forgotten that. I think I punted because I keep playing that. I have been playing that Matthias at left back, who I think is more an attacking attribute player than a defensive one. I think he can play. He's one of those random defender forward players, and they've been using him as left back. I don't think his defensive attributes are all that great. So I thought maybe Dyer would get some joy against him. Oh, I'm going to put this a second bench because that's a yellow to go about the 4 goals he's about to let in. Ramanathan, the same Crouch. Yeah, it's a distance in from some of your pre-season ones, isn't it, Martin, where he scored 20 goals?
Yeah.
There'll be some effort to get that from here.
Well, you say that, but also it was only like 2 out of 20. Like it's not a big percentage, is it? But it just showed that it was possible, and that he is capable. Even if it's not hitting 20 goals, he's capable of scoring goals when he's got good fixtures for sure.
People guessing what DK stands for in the chat. A few people have gone Donkey Kong. Someone's gone Don King, Drift King, Don King. Trying to think of my own one. No, I'm not fast enough. I haven't got the speed to that. I've had too many drinks this afternoon at work. Not in the mental space to be coming up with DK puns. Is there a woman that does handbags who's got the initials DK? Donna something, isn't it?
Donna Karen.
My wife. Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
You was pretty quick there. Dirk Kite. Fair play, Moyd. Yep, could have been him. Or Dean Kiley, if we're doing DK footballers. This is going to be 90 minutes of this now. All the possible people we can think of that exist with DK initials. I think we'll do well to beat Don King and Donkey Kong, to be fair. Two quite good ones.
Donkey Kong's the boy.
Be quiet again. One early goal. Not a lot going on even in the comms, is there, at the minute?
No.
Cobbler's foot, Donica Pan. I don't know, that's made me chuckle, that one. Quick break from Newcastle. We've got Stephen Hughes clearing the ball and somehow Court's away.
Hello.
He's done
Newcastle.
Philip Albert even.
Off the bar from 40 yards.
Goes to show, right? Everyone understanding would have gone Shearer, and it's the other striker that's
on the ball already. So far. Coventry are crap though. It could be 4-5-0.
I don't know if people. I know Luke. I'll use Luke as the example. On the Discord earlier, was talking about taking a fairly big hit. I think he may have done Headman to Kirkland tonight. Obviously, Headman's got a big ban coming up. Was this the week to take the 4 points to get rid?
Yeah, get it done. Yeah.
Dr. Cole from Neighbours and Dark Knight.
Dr. Cole. That's very tenuous. When's the last episode of Neighbours? It's coming up, isn't it? I might have to watch it for the last few weeks just for the sake of it.
Aratravo, he's going Dinesh Kartik. He's been watching too much IPL. Real deal thinks Shearer's will get a big toe injury. He's calling it early.
Free kick Spurs.
DK's got just noticed he's got. To be fair, I missed it. Dyer got the assist for that goal.
Yeah, he's on an absolute haul already.
Bit of a cheeky one though, and it passing the ball to someone about 50 yards out and then lobs the keeper.
It's a bit of a rat assist, but they all count.
Both of those in team of the week, we think already locked in.
I don't think Court's locked in with the strikers on a double, but we'll see.
Newcastle again. What a battering this is at St James's. Coventry not coping with the long ball, are they? Shearer's hit the crossbar. Cobbler started watching Neighbours again for the big finish.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like I need to do that. Is there anyone still in it that was in it like 20 years ago though?
Alf's got to be in it still. Well, it's home and away, isn't it? I get too mixed up.
Yeah, Alf's home and away.
We could ask all of our Australian players of the game, but they're in bed, aren't they? They're missing the Neighbours chat. I don't know what time it is. I know.
Do they even watch it though? To be fair, because the reason it's being cancelled is because Channel 5 haven't renewed the contract, so it completely relies on us watching it anyway. I don't know if they even watch it. Anyway, it's probably enough Neighbours chat.
Good one from FPL Panic, combining all that's happened so far. Headman owners caught in a dire situation.
Ooh, Nemeth off the line. Peter got to watch it from the beginning.
I went through a little phase of that with a bill on one of the Mickey Mouse Sky channels. I think it's UK Gold or something. The bill. I got caught watching. I went for before I had my daughter. I got a few caught in a phase watching the old ones with Reg and all them like in it.
Reg is the only thing I could tell you about the bill.
So I know what it's like to go back and watch a long-standing program from pretty much from the start. Here's Crouch again. Oh, he scored!
Oh, goal! Peter Crouch. There he goes. 10-meter Peter, second goal of the season.
Form is not a thing. Right player in the right game. Oh, we didn't get an assist for Janssen.
Vixen. There you go. Decent player at home. Good game. Can happen.
Yeah, it's hard to fit him in. So I think this is. I don't know about you, but I found this week the hardest to make transfers. There was literally about 10 players on my shortlist for who I arguably wanted this week. It was really hard to make a decisive decision, I think, with what to do. I think most weeks the pool of players you really want is actually quite small. Oh, Jeffers is coming on, is he?
Yeah, you'd think so.
I don't know if they change, because obviously Bergkamp was playing as a dropped forward. Are they set on that formation for the game now, or will Jeffers actually go up front with Henry as in a straight 4-4-2, or does someone have to play the drop forward still?
I reckon Jeffers would just go up front, probably.
Tor wants to see the robot dance. If I was able to do the robot dance, I would have done my best Peter Crouch impression. But
if I owned him, I might be moved to do it.
We could have been pole strikers, said Luke. Crouch and Court. I don't know if Martin Wood the beanpole striker, is he? I don't know what he looks like in real life.
Carl Court, yeah. I suppose he was quite lanky, wasn't he?
Yeah, who else we got? Any other beanpole strikers tonight? None jumping out to me. Can't tell you Nemeth's physique, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to say he was quite stocky, short and stocky, but I might be completely wrong. But that's how I think of him.
Benno saying the woman who penned the Neighbours theme tune also wrote Stoke City's. There was a goal
for Ipswich. Fotheringham 1-0 Ipswich. Sparing Tota.
So yeah, the woman who penned the Neighbours theme tune also wrote Stoke City's 1972 League Cup song, We'll Be With You. Thanks for that, Ben. I don't think that bit of trivia is ever going to be useful at any part of my life, but I'm glad you told me.
We'll just ignore the Tarico assists, Craig. That didn't happen.
Oh, not again. I'm finally, if my plans happen as the plan is meant to, he's coming in a couple of weeks for me, but no doubt he'll get all of his returns by then, and he'll go dead from the moment I get him.
Oh, Nemeth, another chance. That's two big chances for Nemeth.
He's an interesting test case now, Tarico, because as much as he's good and as much as he can get 10, 15 assists in Sims, it feels like he's ahead of average at the minute.
Yes, yeah.
My way I tend to assess these things is that means that he's likely to regress. The same way I expected Hedman to regress because he was going above average. So it puts me off getting him for that reason. That why am I getting someone who I expect to regress? But I expected Ronald de Boer to regress and Zepeda to regress most of the last season. They never... I guess they kind of did eventually, but...
Yeah, a bit. They did a bit, yeah. But I think de Boer was a bit different because he was out of position and he was probably playing... they probably didn't have Sims where he played up front, so...
Go on, Rickard.
Oh, sends it wide.
But yeah, Luke's made the point. He's a wing back with up arrows. He's on pens. He's on set pieces. Ipswich aren't the worst defensive team, and he's 5 million. Yeah. Feels like a bit of a no-brainer when you put it like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I basically replaced him with Atherton. So we'll see. Need a big double from Atherton.
He's a hard one in the coming weeks because Man United's fixtures get better, so you probably want a piece of that. Chelsea's fixtures get better, you probably want a piece of that. Liverpool's fixtures aren't bad, you might want a piece of that. Gardner's still got good games. Then, so you got Tarico, and you might want to go cheaper with your Issas and your Duns and things like that. I think it's actually quite hard to pick the optimum 5 defenders at the minute. Here's Shearer.
Head and save.
He might be the player this year that cost me like a top 50 rank by the end of it. Hedman's obviously stuffed me a lot in the first sort of 10 game weeks or so, but I think Tarico's close behind him. I've never owned him yet.
I haven't owned him at all. Well, yeah, I did own him for a bit when he did well. I had him when he scored that last minute winner at Norwich, for example. But yeah, I didn't have him last week and don't have him this week.
Yeah, I think that they're definitely on track, those two, to be the two that stuffed me. Probably done me have about 50 points just between them two over the players I've had as alternatives. What are you on tonight, Martin? I'm on. I got left over from work this coconut water, so I don't know what.
I like a bit of coconut water. I get a bit of stick for that, but yeah, I do like the coconut water. But
probably not what we do on a Thursday night on here, though.
Nowhere near as healthy. It's my traditional on stream. Thatcher's Gold.
Viduka cross, and I am maybe an HY get Tarico. We can get John Curtis in for a -4. It feels so much like me with Woodgate last year. I think he was 5.5 or something, and I kind of knew Leeds rotated a bit with Rio, with Redeby. They kept playing that Jose Fernando for a bit. I had Hart, obviously, then gradually, unexpectedly almost, started to not play as much. So I just dropped Hart, and I still wanted Leeds defender, so I got Woodgate, and that basically had Hart for about 4 weeks when he didn't play. Moved to Woodgate, and he didn't play for 4 weeks either. So I had dead defender from Leeds for about 8 weeks in a row, and I think I kept about 6 clean sheets. So I haven't had a Leeds defender all season yet either, for pretty much that reason. Here comes Borough.
There's another chance for Nemeth. He's getting all the chances ahead of Rickard.
God, he scored.
Oh, it's ruled out. Stop passing to him. Pass it to fucking Rickard, will you?
I think Marinelli owners might have been done out of an assist there. I think that was. I think it was him. Luke's calling Luke. I think that's Tarico. He's saying he's a good Lucas Digne. I think. Or that Livramento. I'm not sure. I've lost the chat.
I think it's like, where do we have a real life Tarico at any point? I suppose he did get expensive in the end, but maybe like Seamus Coleman when he first broke through.
Comes Arsenal. We're going to get the Henry goal. Go above Barry Quinn. Digne's probably not a bad comparison, to be fair. I think for Villa, there's been a lot of sort of, not criticism, but obviously Matt Targett's done quite well at Newcastle. So why have we basically loaned him out to get Digne?
Well,
it's not. I don't think it's his fault with maybe not done as well as some would have expected.
Sometimes it just works out like that, doesn't it? Like a player just needs a move, and then you can't necessarily say, because he's doing well at another club, he would have done it where he was. Sometimes it just works like that, doesn't it?
I think he made a decision, Gerrard, that I think he wanted these two fullbacks to have better end product. And as much as Target's a fairly steady left back, I'm not saying he's not Premier League standard. I think he probably is, but I think his delivery's not as good as Digne's. And defensively, I think the feeling was there wasn't a lot in it, so we'd have the one with the better end product.
Fotheringham again, a brace. Fotheringham.
It wasn't Tarico again, was it?
Too easy for Ipswich. Floated in by Holland.
What is it with these Ipswich mids? They're always likely to go. It was Redknapp, wasn't it, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. It doesn't help me in terms of points in this, but I fancied Ipswich, and off they go.
Who's in the chat? Darren or Thomas? Henry and Shearer is going to kill me tonight.
Oh, it's definitely Darren.
Oh, he's got both of them. He must have both of those.
Yeah, he said he was going to gamble
for
with
both.
Henry, didn't he? So, but he's got Crouch as well, so it's all right.
Oh, is that what he went with? Henry, Shearer, Crouch?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, fair play. I don't mind that. I'm glad we managed to convince him not to overload on the doubles for this week when he was a wild card and not a free hit. Because I think that initial team, was very this game week and could have been not very good for sort of soon game weeks. Yeah, TJ Snoop's got the right idea. All the games I don't care about are getting the goals. That kind of sounds about right. I've only got one player in a game so far that's had a goal in it, and that's Jensen. All the other games have no bearing on my team, I don't think. What's Pep Talk talking about? Christ, with some blown fuses.
Yeah. It's one of those, isn't it? If you did genuinely come late and see Newcastle are 2-0 up, like
you'd be happy, yeah.
You're in for a world of disappointment, probably, aren't you? But
here comes Everton.
Oh, I was to say, come on, Unsworth, get on the end of that. Could Wenger go to Spurs? I'm pretty sure I've never seen that. I don't think that would happen.
Wenger goes to Spurs?
Yeah.
They can't be high enough rep to attract him, can they?
No. I'm not sure I've seen Wenger take another Premier League job.
I don't really remember him going on most of mine, to be honest.
No, he normally just stays till retirement. I feel like I've maybe seen him go to Spain, like rarely.
Real Madrid?
Yeah, or Barca. But yeah, generally he just stays at Arsenal till he retires.
Murray, is it me or does Arsene Wenger look like John McGinn? Oh, depends whose glasses you wear, I guess. It's not anything that's ever crossed my mind. Some people are really weird with lookalikes, aren't they? I say it to my wife sometimes. Do you think he looks like him? And she's like, absolutely no chance. Where have you pulled that up from? It's weird how some people see similarities between two people and others.
Yeah. Oh, Pablo 3-0 Ipswich. Oh, ruled out. Offside.
Here's a great one for a lookalike. My mum, this is my own mum as well, thought I looked like Alex Beresford from Good Morning Britain. Do you know the weather guy that fell out with Piers Morgan?
Yeah, vaguely. It's not something I watch a lot of, but I do vaguely know. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing like me. And I expect my mum to be able to have half a chance of recognising someone that looks like her own son. But that's how bad some people's lookalike suggestions are. Booking for Sean Dyche there. Unlucky for Sean Dyche owners. Played him at... Still getting his clean sheet, though.
Oh, it's Ray Parlour. Upfield. Still Arsenal over the bar.
Doing all right, Norwich. Holding up.
I used to get, when I was younger, I used to get Gary Neville because when I was younger, me and Gary Neville both had the curtains, the parted hair.
Oh, Euro 96 Gary Neville.
Yeah, Euro 96 Gary Neville. I used to get that. Obviously, I'm a little bit younger than Gary Neville, but still, I used to get that. And
I've had Robin when I was early 20s. Apparently, I looked like Arjen Robin. I think it was just the fact that I was quite young and bald. Robin was always perceived like bald from like early to mid 20s. Must have been like mid 20s, really, wasn't he? When he went.
Yeah, he's one of those. It's just straight off. Yeah, I don't remember him not being bald.
So yeah, that was me from similar. Well, he must be 4 or 5 years. I don't know how old he is, Robin. He must be like 4 or 5 years older than me, I would think. Craig looks like Neville the wrestler, Adrian Neville from WWE. I know the name. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know. If
speaking of Gary Neville, there he is. He's just scored for Man United.
Well done, Martin. Good goal, mate.
The Varane assist for our guy that had him as emergency captain ahead of Perez.
That was Eric, wasn't it?
Eric, yes, it was Eric. Yeah.
Craig is a skinny Tom Walker. I'll have you know, TJ Snook, that I've put on about 3 stone in the last few years. So if you think I'm skinny now, you'd hate to think what I looked like 3 years ago. But
Janssen just smacks one over the bar.
so everyone's looking at Sylvester and Ekiog for Man United defence, but Neville throwing his name in the hat again. What's the line everyone keeps saying about Peter Everton? Honest hard work or something. Maybe Gary Neville gets himself into that discussion as well. I've seen it on Discord. A few people will call in the some line about Peter Everton.
Yeah.
Honest points or something from him.
Right, okay. Good honest points. Fair enough.
Neville can fit that. No one wants to grow up and be Gary Neville. I won't mind that Declan Murphy, to be honest. I won't mind the gig running the overlap and stuff. Yeah. Quite a Christy little thing he's got himself.
That's someone said that. Some pundit said that. Was it? Or it might have even been Gary Neville that said nobody wants to grow up and be Gary Neville.
It was Carragher.
Was it Carragher?
Yeah, I was a bit slow there. I was a bit slow on the uptake with that one. Yeah,
that was before, like just slightly before, like rampaging fullbacks became in vogue, I think. So.
There you go, Adam English. Good on his work. Yeah, Gary Neville. Who's going off here?
Rocky Junior off with Ronnie Johnson. That's going to be because he's like not touched the ball. Yeah.
Man United of all teams love doing that, don't they? Make a centre back substitution for no reason after about 25 minutes.
He's probably only made like 4 passes or something, and no tackles, no headers. So it's not good enough.
Serve them right now if Ekiog gets injured and they've got Dunn. Who's the other 3? Who's Dunn, Scholes, and Cole, I think. Serve them right if the other centre back gets injured now.
Here come Liverpool.
Owen. Here we go.
Go on, Mickey. Goal, yeah. Owen. There you go. 2-2 for Owen. I like that. I like that a lot. I said pre-kickoff, I hope people that punted on Owen get rewarded because I really like that shout.
Yeah, it was him, Henry and Shearer, weren't it? The 3 single game weekers that would have probably been tempting people.
Partridge 2 returns in 2 since I got rid of him on wildcard.
Oh, it's so infuriating, isn't it? This game with things like that. Still feels quite quiet in the games people are interested in. It's not just the Everton and Middlesbrough games, is it? It's Libra.
On the volley, wide.
What for Bolton? Sort of conspicuous by his absence in the comms as well. I haven't benefited anything from that game. That Mazida didn't touch the ball once. He's got through 30 minutes. What's going on with him? Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Personally, you mentioned Gary Neville when he scores straight after, and I'd just have a moan about Watford and then.
A.D. Williams, Reading legend. What do you think about A.D. Williams' starting position?
He's the sweeper.
Really, yeah. Really has run the length of the pitch there to get on the end of that.
Partridge is married to Owen's sister. Didn't know that, the Smiths, if that's a true fact, apparently, that Owen and Partridge are brothers-in-law.
That's reminded me slightly off topic. We'll see, we had Callum Munarek? Is like when Man United do really deep rep, he gets a game.
Yeah.
I should see if Shearer scores this. Goal!
Yeah. I think it was Dyer again, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
Real Debbie was saying earlier that he expected Shearer to go off with a toe injury, and I think he's poked that in with his toe. Unless he got injured scoring.
Yeah, Kieran Dyer, goal and 2 assists. Absolute haul. I think he's in team of the week. I'm happy to call that one now. Callum Munarek, like Man United 5th choice striker in this sim. He was on Talk Sport a couple of weeks ago, speaking to Carlton Cole, and he's like West Ham's head of like youth development or something now.
Interesting. It's nice we hear stories about these sort of players that stay in the game, isn't it, and find the role for themselves. And you assume he's making a success of it.
Hmm.
I think Alonso's just scored. Not we'll talk about FPL on here, but goal for Alonso.
I like that. That's good news.
Hart for Dewberry. Substitution for Leeds. I'm assuming Hart's going to play left side of the back three. I think you see sometimes just a player who's a DL. I think they sometimes get used on the outside of a back three. Oh, 1-1. Ronaldo's just scored as well.
Straight away, I guess. Is that?
Not good for my double defence.
No. I've just got Alonso in that. That's it.
Here's Henry.
Ooh, saved by Marshall.
He's got is that 4 chances?
Yeah, he's had a few on target now, I feel like.
This is quiet still. Feels.
Yeah, still a lot of
standard Craig here, 34 minutes, no return. That's what I come to expect. I think my biggest want at the minute is that bottom game to stay 0-0. At least I get 2 clean sheets out of Matzidis and Gardner.
Yeah. Well, we said, what was it? Matzidis had, was it 6 clean sheets in our Sibs? I couldn't believe it. So,
especially in the week when Hedman lets 3 in.
Yeah, big swing, chip away.
Some may have moved already to Kirkland, so let's see if Bradford can pinch one.
Come Middlesbrough. Come on, Ricard.
Here we go.
Go on, boy. Here he comes. Oh, Winter Slakovic. Great chance. Goal.
Yeah, we'll take the assist. We'll take the assist.
Doesn't care where he plays. Yeah, Slakovic a goal. Ricard assist. First return of the night for me.
They may have gone defensive there as well, content to play the game out. And City are going for it. So it'll probably all be City now unless they score, and then Borough will start going for it again if it goes 1-1, won't they? We probably want Man City to score, Martin, if we want more from Ricard, I think.
Yeah, could be so. Yeah, could be so.
Me, definitely, if Oncho's not playing. Can't see.
Although,
give it a go. Probably Banks one chopper 10-pointer this week now, that assist. He's probably going to get some bonus, I would think, in this game.
Yeah, and then
he'll just appear in the second one should get him up near 10 for the game week.
Got another chance. It's like we said on our preview, it doesn't take much to get in, potentially team of the week, really, when you've got double appearance points, double bonus points, potentially.
Well done, Alex, in the chat. Got Salakovic captain.
Yeah, very good.
Fair play. Probably on track to be a star player of the week, I would think, in a minute with the second game to come. Well, he's got to catch Kieran Dyer yet, but that's a big haul differential. Dyer, was that a goal and 2 assists?
Yeah, big haul.
Yeah, and I say he can't be that highly owned, I don't think. They're the players you want, aren't they? They're the ones that'll make the big difference. I think Luke said before in season 1 it was Joe Cole that propelled him up there. He had obviously the moments with the Melchior hat trick and things, but Joe Cole had a run of 3-4 weeks when he did quite well, double figure returns. I think I had him as well, but unfortunately I was about 200 places behind Luke, so it didn't make the same difference for my team as it did his. But
yeah, these are the players. As we said it before, good players that other people don't own is what you want.
There you go, 2.5% owned all in.
Go on, Christy.
Teams as well. So I certainly have, not that we see every active team on the Discord or on Twitter, but you get the gist of a fair few.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember seeing any Newcastle in any of them apart from Bernard and Shearer, to be honest.
No. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have one or two low-owned players, especially if they're quality players. Like Dyer's an example of that. Last season, when I was flying high early on, it was a big part of that was having 2 guy when nobody owned him, I think. So things like that make the difference.
Yeah, it's been Arca, isn't it? The last couple of weeks, it's probably been that guy. He's had 2 or 3 steady weeks. We've got 8 to go till half time. Alex Christie's been blunt of late. He's basically been blunt every week, apart from the week he's got a hat trick, which is when I sold him. I don't think he's done a lot outside of that. For about 10 weeks, I think he's been a succession of 2-pointers pretty much from Christie.
Sommer into Bent on the half volley. Goal, Blackburn.
2 goals without nothing.
2-0.
The 2 attackers we haven't got, Martin, of the 3.
Yeah. That's it. Still time for Janssen. But again, similar to what you just said about the Middlesbrough game, we probably want Villa to get a goal.
I think that was what swayed me to Ricard over Christie. I fancied if he didn't score Ricard, he'd still be in the hunt for bonus points. Christie doesn't seem to get a lot of bonus points if he doesn't do anything. He seems a steady sort of 6, and he gets a lot of 6s actually, I think, as well for average rating. But often not his 7s. He finds it quite hard to get 8s, it seems like. So Leeds again, double change now.
Arpel Singh hooked. Anthony Lennon.
What have they done?
6 appearances in 6
I'm not 100% sure where he plays. I want to say he's a forward right centre, but I might be wrong.
I feel like he's an attacking player, definitely.
Will they go 4 at the back? He's not a formation that he uses, is it?
Bit strange. What was the first sub? I've forgotten now.
Dewberry went off for Hart, so they could go 4 with Hart,
right.
Hart, Ferdinand, Woodgate, and Kelly. God knows who played left midfield if they did that.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
They got Aymar and Robbie Keane to fit in.
They're just going to do whatever.
Captain Lennon is a forward right centre, so they've got. So at the moment they've got Viduka, Larson, Lennon, Aymar, and Keane on the pitch.
Yeah. I ain't got a clue who's playing where there.
You're not singing anymore. No. Surely good news for Viduka. At least they've got all his attacking players.
Yeah.
Arguably good news for Christie. Someone's definitely playing out of position somewhere. At centre back or left wing back. It depends where Hart's playing of the 2. But yeah, it's very strange. Thank you, captain. Scored his only goal for Leeds in 6 years versus Kidderminster.
All right, deserves his chance then, I suppose.
I'm guessing he might have played up front in that game, though.
Yeah, you'd think so. Hooking at Highbury as well. Another sub for Arsenal. Matt Clark didn't go well for him. Replaced by Tavlaridis.
Was he priced up, Matt Clark? Because if he was on free hit, I could have seen the appeal of getting him. Because I didn't fancy Norwich to score in this game. So you're getting a definite starter at 4.5, who's you would think kind of booked him for 6 points. You've been quite unlucky there.
Come Liverpool again.
Patrick Berger.
Off the bar. Where is Kuehl? Yeah. Well, they've only got 1 sub left now, but maybe he'll get a run.
I'm not sure who the other one is. I can't remember. We'll have a quick look. Let's find the Leeds team. Where are we? It's that one. It's Kuehl or Simon Johnson. He's another striker, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kidderminster are a good side, aren't they, Martin?
Yeah, thanks very much for that. They knocked us out of the FA Cup from the Conference North. Oh, God. But,
Henry.
Oh, Henry. Oh, save as well.
The Jeffers on the rebound. He's missed from 5 yards.
Miss of the season.
Oh, for any Jeffers. Fill out your bloopers reel. Shame Andy Martin's not in the chat. He could have walked us through it on the replay, as he likes to do.
got to see that on Match of the Day later. That miss. Kidderminster did us a favour though, because that's a big part of the reason that we got Paul Ince to come in and save the day. So it's all looking up now with Paul Ince in charge.
Now, Pete Carter might have worked it out. Gary Kelly's gone to centre back. Hart can play left wing back and Lennon right wing back. I suppose that's plausible.
Yeah. Let's
84 Kidderminster to do good food. I was there for a week last summer. Actually, we went as a family. We was trying to just get away in the UK for a bit when travel was a bit more difficult. So I had a week around Kidderminster. Went to a zoo and sort of had a few sort of days out around that area.
Is Gardner with a free kick? Was it going to be a corner? No.
I don't even know what I'm asking for here. It feels like I need something to happen, but I actually got no idea what.
That's what that'd be nice.
Christie's quite highly owned. I don't think that's going to make a massive difference. So you want your differentials.
Highly. Or Janssen, that'd be nice. Well over the bar.
Involved again.
He's back.
The assister, is he this time?
I'm never optimistic
if he's involved.
When there's a piece of commentary that doesn't have an exclamation mark at the end, I'm not optimistic.
Oh, you've noticed something in Captain's comms. That would change. You'll change that now.
No, it's not. It's not a hard and fast rule, but I feel like if there's an exclamation mark, if there's a chance and there's an exclamation mark at the end, it will go in more than if there isn't. But that might just be in my head.
JJ saying Kidderminster's cottage pie is elite. I don't think I ate one of their cottage pies, to be honest. Should have told me like last August, JJ, and I'd have had one, but you've let me know too late, mate. Go on, one chop, get yourself in there, son. Oh, it's Flitcroft again.
They scored. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Yeah. Gary Flitcroft.
The Middlesbrough clean sheet wipeout.
Like a lost sheep, Kudachini.
He's going to get a 5 average rating then, is he? Yeah, I'm happy with that goal, to be fair. 1, Borough will go for it again, you'd think. Yeah. And 2, it's wiped out a load of Borough clean sheets. So
that's my Atherton clean sheet gone, but he'll get 2 or 3 bonus. Don't worry about that.
Does his hard work behind the scenes, isn't he? Because I don't think I've seen his name in the comms yet. Speaking of something, God knows what it's for.
Kudachini washed.
Darren's got Flitcroft. He gets a lot of returns out of Flitcroft, Darren, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He's on real. They got already bought one Jeffers. They got Barrett on the bench as well.
Can you imagine if they took him off 59 minutes?
Well, they could do. I mean, it's happened before, isn't it?
We have made it to half time. It felt like quite a quiet first half, but there's actually a fair few goals looking down the video printer.
They're all coming for the same teams. There's a lot of nils there still, isn't there? But,
Have I still got all my clean sheets? I might still have all my clean sheets. Who's my third defender? Oh no, Desai's not keeping his clean sheet. Thanks, Gary Neville, wiping my clean sheet out. Yes, it's been. It doesn't feel like the chat's been full of returns so far. I think it's been steady, but hasn't been amazing. I don't think so far.
No. Got some good individual efforts though. The Slow and Dyer shout.
And caught from
captain for Perez. That's looking all right. How we got for us? So I've got Kirkland, Atherton clean sheets gone. Unsworth and Gardner's still there. Bowyer, quiet. Rickard's my only attacking return. You've got Rickard captain, so that's pretty good.
That's it for me. And Gardner's and Desai has lost his clean sheet. I think that's all I've got at the minute.
So we're pretty similar then, really.
Hard to gauge if it's good or bad. I don't think it's not like loads of people in the chat have got the returners though. So anyone that went Shearer's probably up a little bit, you'd think. Yeah, right. I thought it as well. Martin, something might have happened to you on mic. Ryan Nurse has said it sort of made an interesting noise.
Oh. Does that sound all right now?
There's a bit of I suppose the best way to describe it is like a fizzy sort of noise in the background.
Fizzy noise.
I can hear that. I don't know if people in the chat can hear that. It sounds a bit like that sort of noise.
Well, let's get rid of this. Let's bin that and just go through the laptop then if it's not working.
Yeah, fizzy noise has gone.
Okay.
Did you switch your mic for a potato? You must do that one.
Might need to go in the bin.
Don't sound healthy for someone in the background. It's either great or complete silence at Martin's in. We need to find a talking point, Martin, for half time. I'm come unprepared this week. Benno's normally good with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, he's normally on it, isn't he? It's nothing sort of naturally flowed from the first half. Well, tell us what you want in the chat, guys. What do you want us to talk about for 10 minutes, and we'll do it.
Anything, as long as it's not the life and times of a Kidderminster resident. I can't really help with that. I just got it static. Grease from the frying pan. Grease? We're not talking about grease. Skips
or quavers.
Neither.
Yeah, neither. Yeah, you need about 5 packets of those to feel any sort of satisfaction.
I'm definitely in terms of crisps, I'm a squares man. Don't get them.
Too salty for me. Way too salty.
What flavour Monster Munch?
Just pickled onion Monster Munch. I did used to like that. I haven't seen them for ages. The hot and spicy Monster Munch. I did like those as well, but I don't know if they even still do them.
There's a shop near my office that we've sort of nicknamed the Trove because there's quite a lot of random stuff in there that you don't see anywhere else. It's got Tizer in there, for example, in the can.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of all the sort of old school stuff that you kind of feel like gone. Time Out chocolate bars, they sell them in there. Don't see them in too many places anymore.
I like a Time Out chewy. Anything chewy I like in a chocolate bar.
What we got here? Pamela Anderson or Cindy Crawford? That's more like it, Luke. That's a better question than some of the other ones.
Cindy Crawford. I prefer the more natural. Not that, well, I mean, not that you tag either of them with that particularly, but Pamela Anderson's a bit too over the top for me, I think.
I would probably agree.
Is Coke better than Pepsi? Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Scampi and lemon knickknacks. Yeah, very good. Scampi fries as well.
That's an old school thing I don't see anymore. That's a great shot. Does Easter egg chocolate taste different to regular chocolate? I'm going to say yes, Pep Talk, to that.
Yeah, it's just because it's thinner though. It's thinner than you're used to, so it's not quite as sickly.
My daughter got, understandably being her age, she's like 7. She got probably about 7-8 Easter eggs this year, and they obviously come with the Easter egg chocolate and the bars that accompany it. And she doesn't really know it yet, but me and the wife have already agreed that the daughter could have the bars and I'll have all the eggs. So it sounds like a fair trade to me. What's Mark Sharkey? What's your emergency plan if World War 3 breaks out?
I don't know. It's a good question. Where would you flee to? Or would you stay and fight?
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't you? I do. I work for a bookmakers, and we had a market a little while ago, a betting market that was to do with they offered odds on the world ending tomorrow or the world ending next week or something.
Okay, yeah.
We actually took money on that,
Like, how are you going to collect? Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous market, and people are betting on it. The odds were something stupid, like 10,000 to 1 or something. So I think people are only having like a fiver on it, thinking, oh, well, I'll win 50 grand. But yeah, good luck collecting your 50 grand if the world's ended.
Yeah.
Do you push back your cuticles after a deep bath, David H? Well, that's... I don't have a bath, to be honest. I hate baths. Can't think of anything worse than sitting in my own dirty water. Why would I want to sit in a bath?
We don't even have a bath in the place anymore. We just got a wet room with a shower.
Shower all day. You get in and out in 5 minutes. I know it's quite pleasant being in the warm water. Like my wife, would sit in the bath for an hour, but I can't think of anything worse especially like after football. Like you can get obviously filthy playing Sunday league. Like, go and have a bath and sort of relax your muscles. Then the water's obviously really dirty. Then
yeah,
ridiculous invention, the bath.
Waste of water as well. Pack it in.
Summer or winter from Ramanathan?
Summer by a mile.
I really get really annoyed by flies.
Okay.
Just come and like of all the things to be irritated about. They don't just come and like randomly land on your leg for no real reason. Like walk around for about 2 steps on your leg and then fly off. I've got real issues with, like, especially if I go abroad and I'm sunbathing and I just keep constantly like shaking my leg all day because there's a fly keeps landing on it. So I don't mind the winter, to be fair. I quite happily walk around in a jumper and shorts in the winter. If you want to dark all the time, if it was winter weather but lighter,
that's what I was going to say.
Winter.
It's the dark for me that's a pain in the ass because I like to go out running and stuff, but in the winter it's a drag because you spend all of the daylight working. So yeah, I much prefer the summer. Well, as well as being out, beer gardens and all that shit. Yeah, the summer by an absolute mile.
I went out like 6 this morning. I had to leave to go to work. I was working in London today, so I left home at 6 to get in, and it felt like 10 o'clock in the morning when I went out of the house. It was that bright, and the weather was fairly pleasant for that time of the day. Recommendations: shower first, then have a bath. That's you talking about baths being a waste of water. Imagine having a shower first, then get in the bath. Does anyone own a ride on lawnmower?
No, can't say I do.
I've got artificial grass in my garden, so I don't need any lawnmower anymore. Boy, you haven't had a bath since I lived at home with the parents. Yeah, don't blame you, mate. Stop showering and the flies will leave you alone. Yeah, that's one solution. I don't think the wife would be particularly keen on that one, but thanks, John. I'll put that forward as a solution.
Is it okay to have a favourite child? I missed that one. It's at the top now.
I've only got one, so yes.
I haven't got any. So there you go. I've got 2 cats, but I love them equally.
Did you have a tree house as a kid? I would say I had a tree house. No, but there used to be a park nearby where you could make them. And I don't think I actually made it, but it was just a tree house that was used by most kids in the area. I don't know who actually made it, but yeah, I had enough time sort of hanging out in there.
Similar story for me. Biggest win on a bet, how we spent it. I don't know what my biggest win is. It's not massive. Like I've really placed like big bets. I've had a few times where I've had like a fluky accumulator will come in and win me like 300-400 quid.
I had when I was at uni, I think I might have told this story before. I did about a 12-fold accumulator. It was going to pay, I want to say, about 1,300 quid. And ChampMan legend Mike Duff, this was after, so at uni, this was about 2006. I can't think who he played for at the time. I want to say, did he play for Bristol Rovers?
Cheltenham he played for. I don't know if he played for Rovers.
But he scored an own goal in injury time, and basically that own goal cost me 1,300 quid on an acca when I was at uni. So I obviously at that time I was playing ChampMan as well. So Mike Duff was one of my in most of my ChampMan teams at that time, understandable, right? He's like 200 grand or something, and quite a good right wing back or right back. And I don't think I ever bought him again for about a year after that because he cost me 1,200 quid in an acca. I need to find that goal now. Who he played for?
Yeah, I remember when Hull were in the Premier League twice. I was on to win a fairly big accumulator, and Arsenal played Hull in the late game twice, and it let me down
Was it Eddie
twice.
Avani and someone? Was it that game?
Probably, yeah. But it's like after the first time, you think, and it happened again and again. It was Arsenal v Hull, and it's like surely they're not going to do it again, and they didn't beat them again.
I was at Burnley, Mike Duff, when I was at uni. It must have been Burnley when they was lower down the football pyramid. But yeah, he scored an injury time own goal. We won't read out some of these questions in the chat. We'll put it politely. The tone's changed.
When did you lose virginity? I'm common as muck, Luke, so I was disgustingly young, unfortunately.
Like I could have come up with some sort of inappropriate joke for the part of the country you live in, but it could have in some barn or something. Was it?
Would you shag your mum to save your dad? Too late for that, David, so I can't answer that one.
Weird one can the bingo in corals. Oof. I would ask what you're doing playing bingo, but it's obviously not a bad idea because you win. So fair play. This is a great story. I went to Norfolk. That's not the great part of the story. But I was happened to be in Norfolk last week with my in-laws, and during the school half term, and we was looking for things to do, and I found a bingo night in a local community hall. They live near sort of Downham Market, Kings Lynn, sort of that area of Norfolk. So there's a really small little village hall, and they had a bingo night on. So we turned up, bought some tickets and stuff. Then they tell you what the prizes are going to be. One of the prizes for this game of bingo hall, no exaggeration, was a jar of Uncle Ben's sweet and sour sauce. And some sort of random collection of all. There was some sort of fairly elderly woman that was running the evening and shouting out all the numbers and etc. etc. And she, before each sort of card started, she'd read out what the prizes were for the lion, the two lions, and the full house. And it just made me laugh the way she goes. And the next prize is a pack of Richmond sausages with rolls.
Oh God! Now we're talking.
No onion. But yeah, it was just the fact you can go and play bingo and say I expected to win a cash prize. If I'm being honest, not one jar of Uncle Ben's sauce was.
Yeah.
So,
Bingo's quite good fun though. I've only done it a couple of times, but if you actually go to like a proper like Mecca bingo, it is quite good fun. They get you like pumped for it. Cheap drinks as well.
In bingo.
Yeah.
I actually found a pub near my house last Friday. I haven't been out like a great deal around my area, and it was £2.90 for a pint, which is insane these days in a pub.
God, that is cheap. Yeah.
Maybe some parts of the country that's still like normal, but certainly around my way it's not. You're looking at sort of a fiver in a lot of places now, probably even more for certain things. But £2. It was Carlsberg. That's not obviously everyone's cup of tea, is it? For a beer, but £2.90 for a Carlsberg. Libra goal. Libra.
Oh, 1-0 Sunderland. That's a
there's me tipping Leicester to go mad and they're 1-0 down.
Bit of an upset so far, but yeah, I'll wait Leicester up really. I don't think they looked good for a clean sheet, so maybe that'll get that game into life.
Paul McGrath's in the chat. A bit of legend. I won't sing the Paul McGrath song. Went to Crewe Accrington and paid 25 quid.
Yeah, someone said, what's the worst game you've been to? So yeah, that would be...
quite steep, isn't it? Like League Two conference level football these days. Tickets can be quite steep.
It is.
Me and one of my mates, as a way of catching up, go and see Dagenham and Redbridge sometimes, which isn't that far from where I am. And I think they're 25 quid a ticket now for a home game, and they're in National League. Yeah.
Bristol Rovers is more expensive than Reading. I mean, I'm a Reading fan, but I quite like Bristol Rovers. And sometimes I think, I should go along to Bristol Rovers. But then it just annoys me that it's more expensive than going to Reading because it shouldn't be.
No. one of my uni mates is a Man City fan. He went to the weekend game. I can't think who they played now. Was it Watford, wasn't it? They home to Watford the weekend. Him and his son, both of them went in for 30 quid. His son's like 8, I think, 9. Pretty good going, right? For 2 tickets.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they weren't going to sell out for Watford when they had Real Madrid a couple of days later, but still. Pay 25 quid to see Dagenham Redbridge or 30 quid for Man City. Yeah. Go on, Ricard, in there again.
Go on, boy.
Let's put it in there.
Into Nemeth. Exclamation mark. Oh, it's wide.
Captain, why the big delay? Teasing me. He's coming up from the Championship, John Jacko. Bournemouth in the driving seat in a minute, but Forest are right.
Well, it's all to play for because they've got to play each other. So, I mean, granted, Bournemouth only need a draw in that game, but if Forest win it, they'll go second, assuming they both win this weekend. So I think Forest have got a good chance.
They're arguably the best team in the play. I've got a feeling if Bournemouth bottle it, then they may bottle the playoffs as well.
Yeah, that's quite often how it ends up, isn't it?
Forest, I'd have more trust if they didn't come up in second. They could still win the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them back in the Prem, to be fair. It's been a while, isn't it?
It has been a while, yeah. And I spent all pre-season telling Gaffer players that Scott Parker was crap, so I can't have him coming second.
Lewis Turner took Lieber out for Christie. I understand your reasoning, mate. Attack the double, but... And to be fair, Leicester's game and Sunderland's game this week weren't the strongest on paper, was it? You wouldn't have had them down for a haul. I can understand that. Move Lieber to Christie. Who's going down? Everton, Leeds or Burnley? I was tempted to have a bet on Leeds. I know we talked about betting earlier, but I think their price was fairly high because the assumption is going to be one of the other two. But their running is not nice, Leeds.
No.
So I definitely don't think they're out of it. Burnley won't go down. They've still got Villa to play twice yet. Somehow I got to this point of the season, we haven't played them at all. So that's probably 6 points for Burnley because of the way we're playing at the minute.
Yeah, I think all depends on Everton, doesn't it? Like Everton.
If they don't in the playoffs, I'll change the subject quickly. Carry on, mate.
Let's see if Owen buries this. Puts it wide. Yeah, I feel like Burnley and Leeds are gonna pick up some more points. So it just depends what Everton can do, doesn't it? I don't know. You feel like they could get a couple of wins, but do I just think that because it's Everton and because I've never seen them go down, and like when you watch them play, you think, well, they are the shittest team, but yeah, it's a difficult one. But it's exciting. Hopefully, it will go to the last day, and we'll get a thriller of a last day.
We've missed some subs there. Too busy talking. I think Helgerson's gone off for Noel Williams. I think that may have just been that. Thoughts on Borough? So a few people saying Borough are going to sneak into the playoffs and maybe win it.
Yeah, they need struggle for goals. They don't really have a goal scorer. Obviously, Chris Wilder is a fantastic manager. But yeah, you'd like to see him with a centre forward you could trust. Really, that's where they might come unstuck.
I've only seen him in a couple of the FA Cup games that were on the BBC. They looked steady enough in those games. I quite like that Isaiah Jones. Is that his name, Isaiah Jones? Right-sided player.
Yeah, Isaiah Jones. Yeah.
Yeah. He looked. It's only a handful of games, so it's probably not enough to properly give an opinion. But he looked fairly good. Marchant's gone off. I think I just saw Zima Rabi come on as well for Norwich. Going for it, Norwich. Good news I'm happy with that, to be fair. Marchant, 50 minutes. Make sure he's 100% fitness for Watford next week. Scott Parker and the streets.
Oh yeah, have you seen those videos?
I haven't. No.
Where sometimes when Scott Parker does an interview and he goes off on some sort of monologue, Oh, Swannell scores
Pitcher replacement
for Watford, the pitcher replacement. So there goes the Gardner clean sheet. Hopefully that's that game into life as well. Yeah, Scott Parker, he does ramble in his interviews sometimes, and his accent, like he sounds the same as the lead guy from the Streets. So if you put like Streets music over Scott Parker interviews, it's quite funny.
Gone. We're back. We're back. Leeds made their third sub in that moment there. Aymar is off and Q is on. A couple of Coventry changes that probably won't impact anyone, I don't think.
Comes Dyer again. Shearer chance.
He just come on, old Fitzgerald. First thing he's doing is can't change it. The time's wrong on the video printer for the Swannell goal. For anyone getting confused, we've not had to wait 39 minutes for a goal. 29 minutes. What is it? No, it's 39, isn't it? Oh, Lampard for Christensen. So I don't know what Chelsea have done.
No, that's not.
Is he left wing? Maybe he's left-footed, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably got to be, isn't it?
It's more likely to be him than Lampard or Butt, you would imagine. But I can't say I've looked too closely in the editor to see which one's got left side, if any of them. He's updated. The video printer's been updated. Everyone in the chat. So.
It's at 85th minute. I'm sure it's just a typo.
Don't get greedy, DK. He wants 2 more Dyer assists that Shearer's botched. Norwich aren't going to score, are they? Neil McCann.
Ooh,
this would be Arsenal if Norwich pinched this, wouldn't it?
I need to leave you for a minute, so that's going to guarantee something exciting will happen. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Not one having a go for a minute, and on his way to a save point at Matzidis. I think it's the first time I've seen his name in the comms, which is, so you usually see it about 25 times in the first 30 minutes, but I think that might be the first time tonight. Don't think Martin was expecting much of Joey McAnuff tonight either. He's put the shirts moved into the middle of his shirt pile and behind where he's sat. So if you remember from earlier in the season, he had it nicely placed to the left. Here comes John Curtis for all those people that went there. Martin Taylor, unfortunately, didn't make it to 60 minutes. If anyone did punt him as a 4 million defender. So he's not going to get the clean sheet points that Blackburn are currently on for, which is a little bit annoying. Keep a note of all this stuff for Martin when he comes back. But hardly had a mention, Paul McGrath. Yeah, he's more of a DM, I guess. Doesn't really play in that position, but not the sort of player that wouldn't naturally get mentioned in the comms. Marcus Stewart on for Pablo there for Ipswich. Don't think many people own either of those, but happened. I think Villa are overachieving Smiths. I think they obviously second or third, weren't they, through the first 6-8 game weeks, but I think it's fair to say they weren't. They're a mid-table team, really, Villa. So the fact that they was punching above their weight for a while, I think it was always going to regress a little bit. Didn't expect much of them tonight, to be honest. You haven't missed any goals, Martin?
No, see, still Watford. Oh, there you go. I did my best.
You missed a few subs, but no goals.
Did my best.
Bolton having a go. That might be good news with Pedersen owners. Since they've conceded, they're having a go.
Snorrison taking corners. Go on, Pedersen. Oh.
That's one save point for Matzine. He's made 3 in the last 30 seconds, pretty much. So yeah, that's interesting because I think Wally had him last year. Davis then was signed and took the set pieces off Wally. And now Snorrison's getting a few starts, and now he's taking them off Davis.
Jermaine Pennant. Ooh, wide. I assume he's in David's 4.5 team.
Yeah, I think he brought him in this week as a punt. Yeah, that's a real deal. Was made I think that's what he classifies as a schoolboy error. Putting Desai on his bench ahead of Libra.
Yeah, you got to put the forward if they're not playing.
A little bit of a shuffle for Liverpool. I think I'd imagine Biscan's just gone into midfield for anyone with him because Carragher just came on for Gerrard. You missed Curtis came on for Martin Taylor. So
didn't quite get his clean sheet.
No.
Yeah.
J-Lo strategy. No returns and Flitcroft third sub. Harsh. Must have a fairly strong team if you can get away with third sub Flitcroft, to be fair, this week. It'd have been starting for me, given the rest of my team. Not because I necessarily expected anything from him, just because the rest of my team was so bad. Marcus Stewart's on for Pablo as well.
Okay.
Who got taken off for Borough? Emerson Boyce is on. I didn't see that go through.
Oh, God, what a goal for Ipswich. 3-0.
Oh, Emerson Boyce plays for Tottenham. That's why I didn't see him come on. Emerson, he did go to Middlesbrough temporarily and asked him, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got my myself all confused. This is going to be the end of Henry for the season if he doesn't score in this, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Him again, are they?
No, you wouldn't think so. I wish I could get some points added to my team for predicting that Ipswich would be the big winners tonight, but I'm not getting nothing for it.
I'm looking forward to see how many shots he's had. He's got to be up near 7-8 chances, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely had a lot.
And you literally can't get him with Ruud and Viduka. I think there's no way you're going to trust him over them two.
But I don't know, is that the right way to think about it? Especially if you're behind. Yeah,
if you're behind, maybe he's a sort of player that can get hat-tricks and man in the matches. He could get a 17, 20 pointer, couldn't he? In a good home game, Henry. Barber on corners, good spot, David. Didn't see that. So the problem with him is if he's going to play again. Oh, don't score. Oh.
Save for Kirky. Go on, boy.
I sold him for Jensen. That'd have been doing 4.5 million more for a blanker against someone who returns. That would have been summed up my season.
Double set for Leicester. Seen enough.
1-0 down, so I take a right midfielder off for a left back. Good one, Leicester.
Disappointing for McAnuff, that.
Delaney's gone to left wing, I think. And Sherman, I think, plays on the right, or Savage would move out to the right, one of those two. And Delaney's been promoted from left back to left wing, if anyone's got him. They better sack Wenger. Yeah, that would be...
Well, look at that table coming round. They're down to 13th if it stays like this. Tottenham in the bottom 3 if it stays like this.
He'll be gone, won't he, McLeish? I think from Sunday's stream, though, it was Wenger that was more in trouble. Bosco Balaban.
Goal.
Oh, excellent.
Out.
I think I'm happy with that.
I've had a few of them.
I've got Weatherall, so he's my only clean sheet. Oh, and that Matzidis, so I could do with Blackburn not conceding. That's
take my Janssen clean sheet point if it's coming.
I got him vice captain as well. I get double clean sheet point.
No. Well, you can't 1.5 or 1.
I didn't think of that when I vice captained him. I was banking on an extra 1 point.
You need, if he gets a bonus point, then it will tip it over. You need him to get an even number of points.
Super keeper performance is for Marshall, isn't it? We had a few of these from Norwich keeper. I remember one of the early game weeks. I think we was on together that week. Mercer had an absolute. I think he made about 20 saves and somehow didn't get man of the match from memory.
Foul by Perry on Armstrong. Penalty.
And not Tarico again, is it?
Oh, if he Redknapp, surely. Come on, please be Redknapp.
Clean sheet locked in for Clapham. Anyone that's got him just made it past 60 minutes, so that clean sheet's locked in. I really hope it's.
Oh, Matty Holland.
Oh, that's all right. Don't throw it to Tarico. No, that's all right.
Goal, Matty Holland. 4-0.
Great return for Ipswich mids. Fotheringham 2 goals. That's a goal and assist for Holland now, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, good night for anyone apart from Redknapp. If you got him, you've been hard done by if you got Redknapp. A few people in the chat saying they haven't really got much. Does feel a bit like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely looking like a positive free hit week for those that went. They're not going to make big gains, are they?
No, not at the moment. Come on, Pedersen. Go on, Pedersen.
I think the Atmatzidis clean sheet's more valuable to me than the Pedersen goal. I think I'd rather Watford kept the clean sheet.
Oh yeah, probably is.
Unless Gardner sets him up, the double attacking return might sway it. But Smith's is Tarico penalty robbery. Yeah, maybe. Was he ever truly on pens? I think he took one, but a few teams that rotate the pens around, aren't they?
Yeah.
Go on, Bradford.
Oh, that's another save for Kirkland. Come on. Let's have one more.
He's actually getting a lot more save points than I thought he would. So he can get some bonus. He's with the elite teams, you kind of feel like 10-pointers are hard for the keepers. They don't make enough saves and then hence don't get a lot of bonus points either. So you're looking at 6 quite a lot, maybe 7 for 1 save point. Kirkland is getting a few like 10s and stuff though. I think he could get 1 or 2 save points, 1 or 2 bonus. Is this the first time the Premier League game is the same as a ChampMan game, Man United Chelsea?
Yeah, could be.
I'm going to say yes, Editor, with absolutely no logic.
I said to Captain before, they should make sure all the Man United Chelsea tweets have got Man U Chelsea hashtag on it, because then it will just go into the feed with that everybody else is looking at.
Not happening in that game, though, is there?
No, there isn't.
Van Nistelooy, I had to mention, as he. Not that I'm moaning, I shouldn't have said that, really. I just cursed myself. But yeah, they think he's barely been in the comms. Sunderland have got to keep a clean sheet here. And I've got Issa. Don't get an assist as well. No. I want Leicester to score just so Issa doesn't get a clean sheet, because that's going to really bug me if he gets a clean sheet.
Savage, it's the bar.
What's someone saying? FPL panic. There's still 11 clean sheets intact tonight. Wow. Yeah. Go on, Janssen.
Go on, Janssen. Come on, boy. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, he's had chances as well tonight.
One of those, isn't it? What can you do if a player has like 3-4 shots and don't score? You put yourself in the lottery, haven't you? I don't know how many of these clean sheets are really helping anyone. I wouldn't think anyone's playing Norwich defenders. Arsenal, I wouldn't think anyone's really got. Liverpool, Kirkland, yes. Hippier, maybe, yes. Anyone with Unsworth or Naismith would be quite happy. People are maybe playing Kelly, aren't they? Doing okay in the Everton Leeds game. Ipswich, unlikely. Tarico.
Tarico, yeah.
Man United, yes, there'll be a few still with Ekiog and Sylvester, I would think. Sunderland, maybe someone would have been forced into playing Issa.
Oh, Everton coming forward. Come on, Christie.
Popular goal, Titoff to Christie. Ooh.
2 good chances for Christie.
John Shelley, quite similar to our own Jensen earlier in the season. Crap. Yeah. No, less some of these players, do we? Go on, one shot. I've got him as well. Oh, he's at the post.
Oh, at the post.
My players have had chances tonight.
End to end.
I can't wait to see the post-match stats where someone's had 1 shot, 1 goal, and all my players have had like 3 shots and no goal.
That's how it feels at the moment. Yeah, definitely.
Oscar in the chat. What a terrible game week this has been. It does feel like that most weeks, to be fair. Doesn't feel like loads of weeks, does it, where we can look back and think this has been a good week. We've got loads of returns. Don't wipe my clean sheet out. Good save, Betterton. I'm pretty sure the average last year was like 70, 75 points for a while. There's quite a lot of weeks players got like 90, 100 even. I think I had like 4 game weeks last year. I got over 100 points. I've struggled to break like 70 points this year. I'm like 50s, like fairly consistently, it feels like.
Yeah, same. It's like decent without being spectacular. What week is this? Game week 17. I feel like I haven't had a like truly outstanding week yet.
I don't think I've had a game week rank in the top 100 all season yet. I've not had any god awful ones either, but no, I think like last year I had a 4, a 6, and a 9 or something as game week ranks. Yeah, nothing anywhere near that. Oh, that would change the game. Who's this lad coming on? Adam Hardy on.
Jassoff.
Christie getting hooked soon. I wouldn't mind that, John Shanley, because that will guarantee that he's got a shit average rating if he gets subbed off.
Him or Kevin Campbell probably due.
Ceratos is there, isn't he, on the bench? I think.
Yeah. Free kick leads. Alexio save.
He's not been that busy, has he? Against Leeds' 7 strikers.
Come on, Malcolm. I'll take an assist. That'll be fine. Oh, fucking hell. Both sides looking for the win.
I'd be quite surprised if that ends 0-0 that game. Arsenal Norwich still 0-0 after 70. Wow.
Absolute jokers, aren't they, Arsenal? Hippier winning everything in the air.
Man of the match.
Oh, what's this?
Is that a pen?
His arm.
Give that a pen. Go on, give it a pen.
Oh.
Game week ranked 35 last week from John Shanley. Yeah, fair play. Can't wildcard every week. Yeah, it helps.
Does it?
Well,
Bruh.
Bruh. What you doing, bruh? A few people are doing well. Oscar last week, game ranking up 18. Kenny's having a good week, playing 3 at the back. All have got clean sheets at the moment, and he's captain Unsworth. I said, don't need you scoring, Larson.
Nah, do without that. Alexio, what a player this Alexio is.
He's doing better than all the other fodder keepers, right? The Bolton one's not having a bad game, to be fair. I think they're averaging 3 goal concessions a game or something, wasn't he? The Bolton guy.
Mm.
Viduka's turned into Henry. He's had quite a few weeks, Viduka.
Kevin Phillips, top of the goal charts.
I'm intrigued to see how the average ratings are going to go in that Everton Leeds team. Feels like one of those games where someone might get man of the match with an 8.
Yeah.
Could be about 7 players with an 8. It wouldn't surprise me in an Everton Leeds game if that happened.
Come United again. Van Nistelooy here's his chance.
What a good lad he is.
Good lad.
What did we write for that Man United Chelsea game in the sim preview? Was we all right 1-0?
1-0, yeah.
All of us.
I think there were like 8-1-0 exact scores in the sims. It was like, yeah, almost half the games were actually 1-0.
Interesting for Man City. Centre back off. I think Croft maybe does. Does he play centre back? I can't remember. Before he's a defender, midfielder, right centre. But I don't think his centre back stats are that good. If he's the one that's going to be asked to play there, could be good for Rickard. Last 17.
Yeah, another save for Kirkland.
He's 1 save point now. He may even be getting close to 2.
He could be in for bonus here as well. Hopefully.
Henry with a poor. There's a Pader with a poor job. Yep, good one, Harry. Or Henry even. Zapata, you fraud. Definitely overachieved last year, right? Zapata. He had to be priced up partly on what he did last year.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think he was ever truly going to be valued this year. It's just whether you punted on him over a certain run of games, I guess. But he's never really interested me as a pick, to be fair. It's definitely even worse now that Gronke is on the opposite wing for like 3 million less, or whatever the difference is.
Yeah, he's definitely the value, isn't he?
It's pretty much a dead asset, I think, Zapata now, for that reason.
It's like any fantasy game, isn't it? The price is largely based on past performance. So, you know, if you have a good season, it stands to reason that you're less likely to be valued the next season unless you do even better.
Bradford having a go. Most of the comms in the last 5 minutes has been Bradford. Yeah, painful stuff, this, Alex. 4 goals in the second half. Yeah, feels like it's been like less than that. What song's the Smiths singing? Zapata Doodah. Is that a song? Well, I misread that. Unsworth is due a penalty, John. I think he did use a lot of his pens up in season. Not that he works like that, but was it season 2 or season 1 when he had about 10 pens? It felt like.
Yeah,
but you could argue he's due one.
Tension at Highbury. So they're going to use some cards. Oh, it's just because they're not winning. Les got off for horse. Happy with that.
0-0, and Wenger's changed both the centre backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an awful second half. I'd probably go as far as say this is the worst half of the season in any of the streams. I think this has been almost as dead as it gets. I think the only people liking this are those who win triple Everton defence on their free hit.
I got 1. I think by Unsworth.
Question to host: what would you do if you found a dead body in a hotel room? I'd phone you up, Luke, because you come and deal with it.
What would you do? Yeah, I don't know. Would you check if there's any money in there before you tell the police?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go raiding the pockets. See if they've got keys to a Ferrari parked outside. Then I wouldn't raid the pockets.
Is it my fault that they're dead as well? That's a streaker. 4 shots combined. Yeah, that's
No, you say
predictable.
for Bartes or good lad then. What do you think that means? Defenders going to mop up the high average rating?
Yeah, potentially. But have they had any? I think it could be one of those games where like 8 gets man of the match or something, that because nobody's really done anything.
He might not even get free players, get bonus points in that game. It might be one of those ones where you only get Naismith clean sheet locked in. He was, I wouldn't say massively popular, but seen him in a few free hit teams. Understand the logic behind it. You'd have taken 6 points gladly from this game tonight from Naismith, I think, if you went there.
On Bolton, Morrison, bottom of the post.
Come on, Matt Zedas. 12 minutes to your first clean sheet for about 17 game week. I've had him from game week 1. I don't think I've got 1 clean sheet off him yet. I think it's going down to my proudest moment of the season if I get this clean sheet off him. Ruud van Nistelooy, good one, FPL panic. Is that what the streaker was?
We called it as well. As soon as you saw the data this week for Watford, you got excited that Aziz could get a clean sheet. It's coming.
He's had a good game holding him. If they should play him more often.
He's had all the chances, hasn't he? Typical.
Was it Rebecca lose? Beckham left, mate. Beckham don't play for Man United on this sin.
It makes me laugh in my Sims because in season 2 I knocked Beckham's reputation down so that Chadwick would play ahead of him, and then obviously now I've transferred into AC Milan. He keeps popping up at all sorts of places because he'll sign for basically anyone because I knocked his reputation down.
Yeah, I can imagine where he's going to turn up.
I think we saw it one week, didn't he? He was like man of the match for Bolton in one of the Sims or something.
You're just trying to get him out to America.
No, well, I moved into AC Milan in the editor, but because his reputation is low, because I killed him in season 2 so that Chadwick would play. He just leaves AC. He doesn't play at AC Milan because his reputation is too low, and he just signs for all sorts of people. It's quite an amusing sideshow for me when I do the sim data. It's little pleasures that gets me through doing it. But
Pep talk, Captain Pedersen. I did toy with the idea. I can't say I completely ruled it out. A bit like you, Martin. I wasn't sure whether the extra hit for Ricard was worth it, and I didn't have another double game week player. No Everton. I'd say my gut feeling was Oncho wasn't playing. He was my only other Middlesbrough player. So I was being backed into a corner of captaining a single game week one. And my 2 best assets did seem to be Jensen and Pedersen. Hence why I put 1 emergency and 1 vice for that reason. So I can see it. Captain an away player, though, even against Watford, is maybe slightly, I think.
I don't mind it. That ceiling is always there with the Watford game. Like, it can happen. But yeah, it's just not this week, unfortunately.
Andrew Sherrod just come back on the stream. I thought the Twitter comms were down because it's been no goals. We're the backup to the Twitter feed. This is ridiculous. 17 minutes with no goal.
Yeah, are we going to get a mad 10 minutes?
Be careful what you wish for, though, because I'd say my week's not good, but it could be a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, on the bright side, I've still got plenty to come tomorrow.
If Tarico scores here, this is an absolute nightmare. If it's him,
Fowler on for Owen.
If you tell me the goal was going to be for Bradford, for Chelsea, or for Tottenham, I'd probably take it.
Yeah, Tottenham. Definitely wouldn't mind Tottenham scoring.
Only 15 goals total. That's low, isn't it? What's normal? About double that.
Yeah, you think
At 30 normally?
so.
Yeah. The Sims did suggest fairly low this week. Was this the week where there was quite a lot of 1 point something for most teams?
Yeah, it was quite low, obviously, because you've got the Man United Chelsea game and Leeds are away. It was quite low, but yeah, Watford Bolton is less than would have hoped for. Arsenal Norwich is definitely less than would have hoped for.
I don't even know if we had a Norwich clean sheet in the Sims, did we? It may have been one. Captain saying average is about 23 to 25. Yeah.
But we've got obviously Ipswich and Newcastle have got 7 of the goals.
I can't believe Sunderland. What a joke.
Yeah. Pepsi and I keep promising a goal fest at Watford. I mean, to be fair, they have conceded 3s, 4s, and 5s, haven't they? But it's not.
We've not had the one in house in the actual match sim, have we? The promise is always there. They're going to share the bucket load. But what's the most they've let in? 3?
No, they've let in a 4, I think. 3 more than once. I think a 4 as well. What we haven't had is the 4-4 or 6-5 or. They've conceded plenty of goals, but it's just.
Well, they got Joe Tesson back. He must have been the answer. Or Bolton aren't very good at attacking. Who's going to be the 85th minute goal scorer then? It's going to be Ricard. Can we just put on extra fast, Captain, for the last 7 minutes and get through?
Yeah.
Speed up the comms. I'm used to reading it. I always play on the fastest.
On the fast, yeah. With the Tapani patch, you can't even read it. Like the game takes about 5 seconds if you have it on super fast.
But I kind of feel like I've got an eye now for reading the stuff at fast pace.
Yeah. But all the years of having it on fast, I never knew that there was banana shots and there's still some things in here. I think has Captain made that up or is that actually in the commentary? Because I've always had it on fast.
What's the slowest you play? If you're in a cup final, I'll take it you.
Cup final, you slow it right down. Yeah.
Not to this speed though. What do you have it on? Medium, or whatever it's called.
No, I put it on the slowest one because I tend to use when I play myself, I tend to use the patches. So even the slow one is not as slow as the original game.
Who's this lad for Watford? No one's called him next goal scorer. What are you doing, Cat? You coming up? That's a bit of life to the stream. The Cat's interesting. You can speed it up a bit, just not with the timer.
Oh, yeah. You have to speed up the clock as well. Yeah.
This is exciting as it gets. A free kick was awarded.
Leicester are definitely due a goal. That's probably the biggest surprise of the night.
Clean sheet in for Michael Dobson. Well played, anyone that's got him.
There we go. Delaney goal.
Straight after Dobson went off. The Dobson clean sheet is in. And that makes me feel a bit better that Issa didn't get his clean sheet.
Yeah.
They're only going to get 1 or 2 away clean sheets in the season, I think, Sunderland. I don't know if they've had one yet, but...
Yeah, they're bad away.
Maybe there's going to be more goals tomorrow than tonight.
Well, I wouldn't mind that with Ricard and Christie. I can hope so.
Andy Connexon's got the idea. Team of the week, Kieran Dyer and 10 other blokes. Yeah, probably about right. We've also got 2 attacking returns. Just caught, isn't it? Oh, and Fotheringham and and Holland.
Cool, Alexio again. Alexio team of the week. I'm going for.
It's going to be an absolute fest for goalkeepers. It's going to be a lot of 6-point goalkeepers. Who's going to get the...
Who's he playing for? Say.
Everton just signed Seb Larson. It was the other one. Someone needs some broken regen backup strikers. We are due another superstar regen. Not that Greg Warren was quite superstar levels, but he's pretty tidy, right? We are due.
Oh yeah, in the early weeks.
Shame we can't get one at like a striker at like a Leicester or an Ipswich or someone. Even a Bradford, right? Wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
They probably got half a chance of getting in if they. That was always Warren's problem, even though it was Bartlett and Yule. He still couldn't really completely replace one of them.
No, he did well when he played, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Wood has not lived up to the billing, has he?
Here's the new guy. Maybe this is the regen we all want. Oh, no idea where he plays, by the way, Lee Powell. Sure, we'll find out on Sunday. Unless Captain tells us in the chat now if he's I don't even know if he's a defender, midfielder, or a striker. Graham S, welcome to the club. I'm great at picking strikers who feature loads in the comms without actually doing anything.
Yeah. I feel like I'm good at that.
I don't think so, Jack.
No.
Nephropolis is actually quite good in the game. What's Rickard done?
What's he done? Oh, fucking brilliant.
I was hoping it wasn't going to be one of those ones where he carried on arguing and then talked himself into a second yellow.
Yeah, fancy action. Wood's gone limp. Can't get himself up for it.
Oh, there we go. Lee Powell, Coventry, a forward left centre with 9 for finishing. Be all right if you got 20 for off the ball to go with it. Well, 9 for finishing won't be great, but.
Oh, I've done better than you out of that Rickard booking because I've only vice captained him. So you've got -2 and I've only got -1. So.
I get double his assists though. You don't get anything off your captain, no?
No, true. It's looking that way.
Off the ball, this guy's not very good, is he? 9 for finishing, 10 for off the ball. He'll probably score 5 goals in the next 6 games with those attributes now. Umbop. Why are we singing Umbop? Oh, Hansen. Bo Hansen. I'm just a bit slow with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'll call it now. I don't know how much people go back and watch these after they've happened, but I don't think this week's going to be on people's playlists.
No. It's a shame, it's real. It's just because there's so much real football on as well. Like, if it had been a crazy week, it might have been one that people might have watched like tomorrow or whatever.
It's going to be a fun Spaces tomorrow if people do. And I think I said I might be around, but if someone does a Spaces, 90 minutes of one game where possible not a lot happens. Go on, Tottenham. Get that Tarico clean sheet gone.
Wood. Just slagged him off. There we go.
We knew, didn't we? I had no faith that he was going to score.
No. Voice off of Bunjevic. That'll help.
This is
going to be 5 for Ipswich. 5-0.
He's done McLeish, isn't he, now?
I'll
call it with Tottenham. They'll bring a new manager and exactly the same sort of characteristics as McLeish, and he'll change absolutely sod all. It's going to be my prediction.
There's potentially a lot of value at Tottenham if they got a good manager in, but we'll see.
I don't know what we want. What sort of manager do we want?
We wanted to
3-5-2 again.
Oh, to Highbury. I can't believe that's 0-0. Or is it? Or is it?
This is going in.
Jeffers over the bar.
Absolute classic. This Norwich if Norwich keep a clean sheet. Oh, he's kicked it straight to Jeffers.
Oh, he's kicked it straight to him. Sets up Lauren.
Henry doing the Van Nistelooy, is it?
There's no mention of Henry whatsoever in all of this. There's about 6 different players. Lauren.
Wow. That could be a 12-pointer if he gets man of the match, couldn't it?
Yeah. Short Tyson tears. Full time. There you go.
That is it.
Some serious booing after a last-minute winner. All right, okay.
Yeah, McLeish's just got to be done. He's got to be done.
Yeah. Let's hope for a good manager in at Tottenham. And maybe they go out and sign a couple of players. And
just to confirm, Thierry Henry didn't get the assist for that Lauren goal either.
No, there's about 7 players involved in that, and Henry was not not one of them.
So yeah, full-time scores: Arsenal 1, Norwich 0. Late goal from Lauren. Blackburn 2, Villa 0. Goals from the 2 strikers, Crouch and Bent. Bradford 0, Liverpool 1. That was Michael Owen. Everton 0, Leeds 0. Fair play to anyone with double Everton defence. I think a few was going Alexio and Unsworth as a possible double up on free hit. That's a rare win, I'd say, for free hitters this week if you went double Everton defence. Smash job from Ipswich, 5-0 against Tottenham. Fotheringham 2, Holland 1, Armstrong 2, was it?
Yeah, Armstrong 2, yeah.
Yeah. Leicester 1, Sunderland 1, Damien Delaney equaliser after Libra scored. Man United 1, Chelsea 0. That was Gary Neville with the only goal of that game for an assist. Middlesbrough 1, Man City 1. I don't remember who scored. Ricard set up. Who did he set up? That long ago. Slakovic goal for Borough, and Man City's was scored by Flitcroft.
Flitcroft, yeah.
3-0 Newcastle, Court, Dyer, and Shearer.
Shearer, yeah, Shearer.
Yeah. And then Watford 1, Bolton 0, Sam Swannell. So you don't think there's too much to shout about there. Billy Hadaway, that's quite bad. At -8, no attacking returns and 1 clean sheet. It can change with bonus points, so it's not the hardest thing to sort of rack up 20 bonus points, is it?
No, true. It's a quiet week for everybody, really.
Yeah. So the shame is for the free hitters. I think you kind of hope for 40, 50-point gain on the masses.
Yeah. Well, is the Arsenal bonus points that 3 for Ashley Cole, 2 for Lauren, 2 for Henry, 2 for Tickenoff, 2 for Andy Marshall, 2 save points for Andy Marshall as well. 6-pointer for Marshall.
Oh, it's been done out of a big haul there, isn't it, with that late concession? How's Henry got 2 bonus points for missing an absolute job lot of chances? That is balmy. I'm just waiting to see how many shots he had. I haven't had that pop up on Twitter yet. I'm looking on Twitter for.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, Blackburn 2, Villa 0, save points 1 for Betterton, 1 for Enkelman. 3 bonus points goes to Ludvigsen, 2 each for Sommer, Weatherall, 2 Guy, Janssen, Crouch, Bent, Melberg, and Dion Dublin.
Don't get my extra clean sheet when he got the even number of bonus, Matt Janssen.
Yeah, it's no good.
He got 4 points, double to 8. Weatherall clean sheet up to 8. That's not the worst night. Decent 2 transfers in, I guess.
Yeah.
And Ricard captain. It's not the worst.
Yeah, Janssen. Well, yeah, paid for himself over Carboni, I suppose.
I was kind of hoping Weatherall could keep 3 clean sheets in the next 3 home games. Decent start. So decent swing over people that went for Curtis. He's only got a 1-pointer, I think. So 7-point gain from that 50-50 call. I don't know what price Soma is. He could be an interesting one now because he seems to play most weeks, doesn't he?
Yeah. Keeps popping up.
8 points for him as well.
Bradford 0, Liverpool 1 save point for Kirkland, 3 bonus for Michael Owen, 2 each for Ward, Kirkland, Hippier, Heskey, and Partridge.
9-pointer for Kirkland.
Yeah, good for Owen. The people that punted on Owen That's decent. A goal and 3 bonus. That's good, isn't it?
9 as well. So Owen 9, Kirkland 9, Hippie at 8. They are probably the 3 more popular assets, I would think, aren't they?
Yeah. Partridge got an assist as well, of course. So Partridge's assist and 2 bonus and a clean sheet.
7 shots, 5 on target for Thierry Henry tonight. You've got to be unlucky. That's ridiculous, isn't it? 7 shots, 5 on target.
Yeah.
Jensen, if he was interested, Martin, 3 shots, 1 on target. He had the most shots for anyone in the Blackburn team tonight.
There we go.
Only 1 on target. Same as Bent and Crouch, to be fair. All of them had 1 on target. The other 2 both scored. There's clinical finishers that they are.
Everton 0, Leeds 0. A save point for Alexio. 3 bonus goes to Pablo Paz. 2 each for Alexio, Unsworth, and Hart. So, yeah, pretty good for Unsworth there. So that 10 points for Unsworth.
10, is it?
Is it?
No, 8. And
oh, sorry, yeah, 6 with the appearance points, isn't it? Yeah. So 8, yeah.
But yeah, decent haul for a captain with 1 to go. And Alexio, a lot of goalkeepers getting 9 points or so tonight. That's Alexio as well, ahead of the Liverpool's. The stats in the Liverpool game are actually pretty dire, unsurprisingly. Liverpool 6 shots, 3 on target. Bradford 7, 5 on target. Not much going on in that game. Fairly dead. I think that Twitter is a little bit behind what we're getting on the screen. Horizon still getting bonus points. Go on, Horizon.
Ipswich 5, Spurs 0. No save points. 3 bonus for Fotheringham. 2 each for Bramble, Horizon, Holland, and Armstrong.
Shows how bad Tottenham did. Maybe Sereni's back in next week. Slept 5 in and didn't get a save point.
I had Tarico and Bramble in my pre-wildcard team, and they've since kept 2 clean sheets and gone fucking mad.
At least Tarico's still only pretty much matched all the bonus point defenders, isn't he? He's not better than by a lot. What's he got? What do you get for an assist for a defender? 3?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 3.
So he's got 9 when, like, where they're all 8, Unsworth 8. He's actually killed the. So you'd maybe expect him to get some bonus point. What are we thinking here? Fotheringham's got a 10? Or do you reckon that's a 9 and a load of 8s? Surely Tarico's got more than a 7.
Yeah, you would think so.
It's just come through. I'll just have a look. No, it is a 7. Fotheringham's got a 10, yeah. Quite a few 8s as well for Ipswich, but obviously no bonus for an 8 tonight because so many 10s and 9s.
I suppose Tottenham had a few chances. Maybe Tarico made a mistake or 2.
Look at this for a set of average ratings. Totter 5, Boyce 4, Ziga 5, Langley 4, Davis 5, Everson 5, Richards 5.
They're not very good, shall we say. Leicester 1, Sunderland 1. A save point for Mark Poom. 3 bonus goes to Matt Elliott. 2 each for Rowett, Delaney, Savage, Scowcroft, Tome, and Teal.
Come on, Desai, get more bonus points than Issa. 1 bonus point justifies my benching order. How did Viduka do tonight? Viduka and Larson. 8 shots, 5 on target for Leeds. They had their chances.
Yeah.
Everton only had 1 shot on target all game. Di Matteo had that, so yeah, poor night for Christie. Got a 6, 1 shot, none on target for him. Leeds, it was Larson, 4 shots, 2 on target. Viduka just a 1 shot off target. Not often you get Larson and Viduka both getting a 6, is it?
No, that is unusual.
Poor night for Leeds. Ian Hart got an 8. Everyone else was 6s and 7s. Yeah, really poor night for Leeds. I think it's a proof that I think we said before on one of the pods that you want to, if you're chasing bonus points, especially with that bonus point chip, you want the defenders in games where they've actually got stuff to do.
Yeah,
so Unsworth being a prime example. So there's no point doing it with Vecchio who's got to play Norwich because he's not going to get opportunity for bonus points, is he?
Yeah, definitely so. I think right, Middlesbrough 1, Man City 1. Save point for Oaks. 3 honest bonus points go to Peter Atherton.
way.
2 each for Parnaby, Nemes, McNamara, and Flitcroft.
What are you doing, Ricard? No bonus points for Ricard or one shot. No.
Go on,
Atherton's
Atherton.
tapped himself a 9, has he? He must be a 9.
Happy with that from Atherton.
Yeah, he's got a 9, the lad. I don't know what he actually did to get that 9. Let's see what he's... To be fair, 6 headers, 6-1-3 key. 4 tackles, 4-1-2 key. I don't know what he had to do to get a 10, really, the lad. He's won all of his tackles, all of his headers, and between them, 5 of them are key, and he still only got a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a night. Nemeth, 6 shots, 2 on target he had tonight.
Here's your Chelsea. Man United 1, Chelsea 0. No save points. Max bonus goes to Juan Veron. 2 each for Ekiog. 2 for Ekiog and 1 each for Neville, Sylvestre, Terry and Desai.
Yeah, I got my extra point now, Desai.
3 points, that's all right.
It's a big defender haul. So if you went in with Hippier, Ekiog, Tariko, and who was the other one? Clean sheet bonus, Unsworth. If that was your back four, which isn't that implausible, is it?
No.
That's 4 defenders and Kirkland as well, maybe. You could 50 points almost just from those. I think this is the first big night where midfielders, probably a lot of them are going to get 2 or 3 points, where the defenders are getting 8 or 9. So a lot of people, I think, this year have played 3-4-3.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the first week where it's showing up that defenders are probably better value than the mids. There's quite a lot of reasonable defender hauls tonight.
There's Newcastle. 2 forgiven, 1 for Headman. Max bonus for Dyer, 2 each for Court and Shearer, and that is it.
Save the best till last. Come on, Akmadzidis. I want 9 points from you as well. If Kirkland's got 9.
Hopefully it's one of those games where Gardner's had 50 runs or something.
Oh,
no, it isn't.
He didn't get none.
1-0. Save point Akmadzidis. 1 for Evans. Max bonus Petkov. Yeah, City looked good this week. Didn't score, but got max bonus. 2 each for Vega, Gregan, and Dunn.
Pretty bad night all in for me for bonus. I think I've only got bonus of about 4 players.
Yeah.
Most of nothing off my 2 Bolton players, nothing off Borough or Man City.
No, it's definitely not a big score, but it's not. Yeah, it's going to be okay considering tomorrow I've got Christie, Rickard, Gronkiar, and Unsworth and Atherton. It's all still to play for, really, because none of the big single players have really smashed it, have they? So all to play for tomorrow.
That's a good night for you if you're going in with 5 players tomorrow. I've only got Honcho and Rickard. So I don't know if that's normal. I'm guessing a lot of people have probably got 2, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I imagine the majority have probably got 2 playing tomorrow.
Yeah, you would think so. So just to recap then, folks, before we sign off, tomorrow's extra game, Everton versus Middlesbrough, lineups will be out on Twitter at 7:30 in the evening, and kickoff will be at 8:30 tomorrow night. It will be Twitter commentary only. But maybe, I don't know, maybe someone will start a Spaces to go along with it or something like that. But officially, it's Twitter comms only at 8:30 tomorrow night kickoff. There's no team of the week tonight, obviously, because we've still got another game. So that's everything for tonight's stream.
Couldn't trust Panda not to put the Friday team of the week up. But you get them scheduled the wrong way around. That's exactly the sort of thing you'd do.
And no team of the week leak to come. Panda's locked up, as Captain said. Thanks everyone. Thanks everybody in the chat for coming. I appreciate it. There was a lot of real football on tonight. Man United, Chelsea, some big European games and all that. So thanks very much everybody for contributing in the chat. You guys make it what it is, obviously. And good luck for the extra game tomorrow. And we'll see you soon.